Alrighty, let me just unmute you, and let me switch off the music, and we can get started on this shindig.
Let's go.
Oh, come on. I love the White Orchard theme of Witcher 3 too, but we have a show to do.
I know, right?
Hang on a second.
We got people to scream at.
That's right. Okay. Let me just switch perspective here, and we're ready. Great. Welcome back to the Weekly Chat.
Welcome back.
Today is January the 6th, 2021.
Yep.
First episode of the year. Let me grab my stuff real quick.
Is it the first episode of the year?
It's the first episode of the year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We survived, and now we're in, it is not 2021 anymore. It is now 2020 New Game Plus edition.
New Game Plus, that's right. Listen, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It's been a slow news week.
Well, except for what happened today. But
except for again, so I should say, you're exactly right. I was struggling to come up with stuff to talk about for this episode, for this week. Normally I gather a bunch of stuff and you gather a bunch of stuff, and we have plenty of content to talk about. I find somehow Blizzard has fucked up again. No Blizzard controversy this week.
No, surprisingly.
But before we get into the icky sticky, how was your week? How was your New Year?
How was my New Year? It was pretty good. I didn't have to work, so that was nice.
Nice.
So I can finally tell you guys, because we kind of didn't explain what happened last week.
Well, I mean, I wanted to respect your privacy, so that was up to you. I wasn't gonna go saying any of that.
So, well, now that I have it back, I'm more comfortable talking about it now. So, let's just say somebody I know came into contact with COVID-19 and actually tested positive. So I had to go get tested. And wait, by the way, I don't know, you have to be on it because they say 3 to 5 days, but you got to make sure that here's a word of advice for people who are getting COVID tested. Don't get tested during a holiday.
Yeah.
They're not open. Because I had to wait almost 2 weeks for my results, and it was kind of infuriating because people who went a day after me got their results back first. But I got them back last week. I tested negative. I feel great. The spirit is good. The body is somewhat bruised.
Well, I mean, that's just because of all the New Year's drinking, obviously.
I actually didn't drink all that much during
the mother of all hangovers. Honestly, yeah,
I actually didn't get super drunk on New Year's Eve, to be honest. I had like maybe 3 whiskey cokes.
Only 3 whiskey cokes.
Yeah, that's like
oh, hang on. What
are you Yeah, there's nothing wrong. They weren't like proper like what you would get at the bar. This is my pussy wussy.
Your pussy wussy drink.
Yeah. It's like Coke, like maybe a pinky, like however like thick your pinky is. You fill that to the glass with whiskey in a small glass, and then you pour Coke on top of it. It's delicious, but still. You okay there, Dr. Evil?
Yeah, sorry. I heard you say pinky, and I immediately jumped. My brain immediately jumped ship. Yeah, my brain immediately jumped. My brain immediately jumped ship to SpongeBob. Pinky.
Well, it's like it went from SpongeBob to Dr. Evil.
When in doubt, pinky up.
We will give the American people $600.
It's me. Hey guys, it's me, Mitch McConnell. I mean Mitch McConnell. Listen, I know that the House and the Trump administration finally agree on something for the first time in like literally 4 fucking years.
But but like the rotting corpse that I am, I'm gonna ruin it for everybody.
Okay. You know what kills me about the whole
that he's the richest senator in the poorest state.
Okay, there's that, but like, even just from like an emotional standpoint, right? So
that he's voted against raising the minimum wage like 5 or 6 times.
Yes, but I wasn't even gonna mention that.
I'll mention it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, dude. Oh, fuck him. I'm not here defending Mitch McConnell. But
I know people are just like.
What kills me, the thing that kills me is no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, right? Whether you're conservative, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're neoliberal, whether you're, God forbid, a Trumper, whatever.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Everybody can kind of agree that 2020 was a shitty year for everybody. Like,
Oh yeah, it's good
everybody.
for everybody.
And that just, it would have been an extremely good token. It would have been a token of goodwill if for fucking once during this pandemic, we could have all come together and like agreed that like, hey, the American people need to be made whole again. There's tons of people who don't have jobs right now. There's tons of people who like can't afford their rent right now. There's tons of people who like.
Are we close to what the? Are we close to what the unemployment rate was during the Great Depression? I think we're close.
No, I honestly, I think we surpassed it a couple times during the last 4 years.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
but anyway, just like it just, especially at the end of the year, it's like, imagine being the guy who basically like he's a Grinch. He stole Christmas.
He did.
Like, imagine like it leaves an extremely bad taste in my mouth that everybody is suffering, right? Everybody, like, and like, listen, I'm jaded, and like, obviously I have my own very obvious political bias when it comes to basically everything. And I'm proud of that fact. I'm not ashamed of that fact. However, I can empathize, like, even with people that I disagree with on a political spectrum, I can empathize with like the average American, right, who's caught in the crossfire of the fucking bullshit between the House, the fucking executive branch of like basically Trump, like the fucking.
Well, it's not the House.
The people, the people gets. Well, I mean, okay, listen, you're right, and you're it's one of those things where
I'm technically
you're
correct,
technically
which
right,
the
but the
best time
House
correct.
here's the thing. Nobody in terms of getting financial aid and getting like a stimulus package for the American citizens, all three of our branches of government are fucking scumbags, and they have been for the last year. They play
I'll
these.
agree with that 100%.
Well, so here's what happens, right? So like,
well, it's
essentially, it's like
it's all these like it's this game of inches where it's just like they get people who are like lobbying for like this weird shit to throw some shit in a bill.
Yeah, well,
and then it's like it's a package deal.
Well, here's what happens, right? Where like,
did you see what some of the shit that they were sending?
Okay,
the fucking stimulus bill.
Okay, but here's the. I don't like this argument because there's a big misconception when it comes to the recent stimulus package, right?
Okay.
And that is that. So people are under the impression, and it was pitched as this last stimulus that we got, the $600 one, that like, oh, it was a stimulus bill that like the government.
Did you get your Biden bucks?
That I did get my Biden bucks.
Okay.
There's a misconception that this was a stimulus bill for coronavirus first that then people shoved other stuff into, and that's not what happened.
No, I know
what happened. What happened was this was the spending plan for the year. This was hold on.
It should have been a single line bill to begin with.
Let me finish. But yeah.
No, I'm just gonna interrupt you, Kanye style.
No, please don't divorce me, please. Oh, fucking Kim Kardashian, please don't divorce me, Kim.
Oh, she's fine.
What do they do, Nick? They're both incredibly wealthy celebrities.
I don't care.
Anyway, there's a misconception that like this was a Corona stimulus bill first that then had
3 of my 5 islands
that then had stuff spirited into it. That's not what happened. This was a spending bill that just so happened to have the Corona stimulus in it. So,
okay. So they didn't build it from the ground.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
That makes way too
it's
much
all about
sense.
It's all about marketing, right? So this was pitched at like Trump will have you believe that this was like, oh yeah, this was only supposed to be a coronavirus.
But Patrick, what about the deficit?
I know.
What about the deficit?
Fucking physical hawk assholes. But anyway, I don't like when people say that because it's not the truth. But now here's the thing. You as an American citizen should be pissed off because why the fuck wasn't there you're exactly right what you were saying earlier. Why wasn't there a standalone stimulus package and a financial aid for Americans for like the last year? Like,
we got I think the math is that if you were to get that 1,200 that we originally got in the beginning of the summer and spread it out for the rest of the year, it would have been what, like like 350, like $5 a month.
It's
So for
so stupid,
350,
dude.
so $350 a day, you could sponsor an American.
Dude, I know, dude, I know. Yeah, it's gonna be like, you ever see those commercials where they have like the smile train or whatever, where they have like, they go to like those missionary ladies that go to Africa and they find the kids with the cleft lips, the cleft mouth or whatever, and it's like,
Mhm.
you for $10 a day you can help little 𝐿𝐲𝐵𝐻, that kind of thing. I swear to God, yeah, we need to start playing those in other countries so that because apparently America is a third world country at this point.
I guess so.
That's fun. But no, yeah. So yeah, there's a big misconception where it's like, oh, and so Trump will
Okay.
have you believe, like, oh, look at all this stuff look at all this money we're giving to like Korea, and we're putting money into like biology research, and like we're spending all this money on all this stuff, but not the American people. But like that's not what happened. This was a spending bill that just so happened to have Corona stimulus thrown into it. But
Okay.
however, you should be, because I know I am. You, as the average American,
Oh,
should be pissed off because there should be a standalone coronavirus package to make Americans
yeah.
whole. Because Americans are not fucking whole right now; they're fucking damaged. And to
Yeah.
me, like, listen. So, like, obviously, I have a bias where, like, I'm not a big Trump. I don't. I'm not in the Trump camp. However, I'm not a big fan of the House either. I think Nancy Pelosi and all the people in the House play fucking games, because they do try to do this
Well,
shit where like they're like, oh, like, here's this stimulus. These guys, they basically play like badminton with each other, right? And they're like, hey, President Trump, here's this bill. Will you sign off on it? And they hit it over to Trump's side of the court, and Trump will go, no, look at all this stuff you put in there. I'll agree to it only if I get to put all this stuff in here. And then he hits it back, and then they look at it again like, that's not fair. And then they hit it back again. And meanwhile, while these assholes are playing badminton with each other, Americans are over on the side of the court like, we're dying, please help. And they're just
they
like,
literally they nailed my feet to the ground. I can't move.
so while these motherfuckers play their little fucking games, and they're like, oh yeah, and then each one of them pretends to be like the pinnacle of fucking justice. Like, oh well, it's not our fault that the stimulus bill didn't get passed because Trump didn't pass it. And then Trump will turn around and be like, it's not my fault that the stimulus didn't pass.
Hey, hey,
The fucking
hey.
Democrats, they won't let me pass this. And then Mitch McConnell will be like, it's the
You cannot pass the buck to me. I designed the game of passing the buck.
and then Mitch McConnell will do the same thing where he's like, it's not my fault that we couldn't get a stimulus package
I
passed
think somebody has
because
gone on record.
because the Democrats used their corrupt Antifa money to make sure to fuck you over. Like
Shut the fuck up. Why don't you go rot in the corner for fuck's sake?
and listen, like I said, I'm not a fan of like
Mitch McConnell literally looks like he's melting.
he looks like he's dying most of the time, for sure.
Yeah.
And like, listen, I'm definitely in the fuck you Trump and the fuck you Mitch McConnell camp, but like, I also am kind of low key
Oh,
pissed.
no politician is squeaky clean.
I'm also
they've done some-
I'm also kind of low. I'm not even gonna lie, even as like I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even say that I'm left leaning at this point. I'd say I'm more like anarchist leaning, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But like, as someone who is like left leaning most of the time, I'm
Yeah.
not all that happy with like fucking Nancy Pelosi either, dude.
No, I know.
I'm not all that thrilled with the House at the moment either, because they're kind of twiddling their thumbs and not doing jack shit either.
Well, it's like they.
I mean, if you're an
It's one of
American,
those
you
things-
should be pissed at, like, what I'm trying to say, and I'll shut the fuck up. Is that I don't know, as an American, to me it doesn't matter what political affiliation you are. Like, as an American, you should be fucking pissed at all three branches of your government, like all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, nobody looks good here.
No,
They're all a bunch of
Especially
fucking
today.
assholes.
especially today.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to talk about speak now that I'm all fired up? You want to
know,
talk about what
I got
happened
you.
today?
Okay, so
I'm all jazzed.
I'm so fucking pissed. Like I was literally like, I was like Tempest Thales in that one Spoony One video where I'm just like, I'm literally like pacing, like just spewing out gibberish like a fucking madman. So there was a pro-Trump
Trump.
protest, and I'm saying protest in air quotes, by the way, as
Well,
we'll explain later.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of confusion about this because some people claim it's a rally.
Rally, protest, doesn't matter. End result is the same.
Yeah.
Like, you can call it what it is, but what happened today happens. And we only have we have a lot of people to blame. But okay, so there was a rally, in air quotes, for and I don't know what the inciting incident was, but basically,
here, I can fill you in on this. So it was so the electors are supposed to
they were
supposed to
officially
ratify the results as Biden as the winner for like the 27th fucking time. But like it is the law of the United States that like Mike Pence, so as the sitting vice president, has to ratify the votes, right? And so although here's the thing, it's mostly a ceremonial thing because it's not like Mike Pence can be like, I refuse. Because fun fact, did you know that even though the vice president sounds like a really prominent position and a really like, oh, look at all this power that I have, you know,
sucks.
You know, the vice president can't really do shit.
No, not really. I mean, they could do stuff in the Senate. If there's a tie, they can break the tie.
Right,
but that's really about it.
Yeah, it's mostly a ceremonial position. Like, it's not really like Mike Pence can't actually do anything.
Do you think he's shitting himself right now in that building?
Well, so apparently, this as of 10:30 a.m. this morning, he officially made some statement saying that he did not do what Trump wanted, and he ratified the votes. He did not, because Trump was like pressuring him into during some recent rally. Trump was pressuring him into saying like, oh yeah, Mike Pence, he's gonna block the votes, even though that's something he cannot do. Like, at all.
Legally, you can't do that. Although, I will say, Georgia, I'm proud of you.
Oh, that's right.
You guys stuck it out. You guys stayed in line. You guys voted, and you got shit done. So, congratulations to Georgia for flipping the Senate.
So, you and I were hanging out yesterday for a little bit. Yeah. And we were periodically checking out the results of the election. And I know at some point yesterday, you're like, I just want to check on the election. And I'm talking to Nick, and I'm like, man, I appreciate your optimism, but Georgia, and I know that Georgia got flipped for the election for Biden. That's incredible. You shouldn't get your hopes up. Georgia is kind of a red state.
No.
And so this morning, when I actually saw the result and I read the results on Twitter, I was like, holy shit. Like, I was actually, like, I had if you had asked me to put money on the election results, I would have said that both of the Republican nominees. Easy.
Dude. I try to have a little bit more faith in people.
Well, like, listen, man, there's faith in people, and then there's like...
there's blind optimism. I know.
Well, no, not even blind optimism, but like, some states are just kind of red or blue, right? Like, you would never... I feel like... You would never expect, like, you would never expect California to ever vote Republican in, like, an election, right?
I know.
And it was kind of on that level of like, oh yeah, Georgia's a red state. It's always going to be a red state. It always will be a red state.
Well, it's like,
prove me wrong. I got proven wrong, I guess.
They did. Honestly, most of the people that live in Georgia are in the big cities like Atlanta and Macon and stuff like that.
Right.
And they like, there's really when you look at a map of Georgia, and if you like disregard all land, it's purple, but it's a bluer shade of purple. Like, there's way more people in like Macon and fucking Atlanta than you would think, and there's a lot of minority groups out there, and they want to get their voice heard. And they stuck it out. They sat in line in that freezing fucking cold for God knows how long, and they got shit done. So I want to just, on behalf of the weekly chat, I want to say congratulations to you guys. To, what was it, Senator Warnoff and what was it, Perdue?
No, Perdue was the other guy. Perdue was the Republican guy.
Right.
Yeah. But no, so going back to what you were talking about earlier, so there was a this Trump rally protest, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
There was a Trump gathering.
I'm gonna call it what it was.
What,
a coup.
A cult meeting?
No, it's a coup. It's a literal coup.
Do you so if I invite you to the Trump cult meeting in front of the Capitol building, can I tag you as a yes on Facebook?
Can count as a go fuck
yourself. I'm gonna
that?
create a Facebook event and I'm gonna invite you. So, and please don't say maybe. I hate when people say maybe to my invitations. Either say yes or no.
I'm just gonna say no. Fuck you.
Oh, all right. Well, okay.
Count me as a no.
Count me as a no. Oh yeah, but anyway, so a bunch of protesters storm, and by the way, this is kind of an ongoing story. So we're we don't really have all the facts yet.
We're like hour 3 or 4 into this right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at Twitter to.
But yeah, so Trump. So what I don't like about this whole situation is obviously it sucks when you have a party of people like. I'm just gonna say it, man. Fuck it.
They're terrorists.
They're domestic terrorists, but they're also like they're a cult. Like the Trump cult is like. People on Twitter, and by the way, don't argue with people on Twitter, but listen, this is one of those do as I say, not as I do type things. Don't argue with people on Twitter. When I argue with people on Twitter and I say like, you're part of the Trump cult, people are like, I'm not part of a cult. And like, it's like, stop being facetious. I'm not part of a cult. Like, no, I mean what I say. When I say that like people are part of the Trump cult, I mean, you're part of a cult. Like, you're part of a Jonestown-esque cult.
Dude, did you see what some of the fucking guys in like the full like riot gear suits had? Dude, they had fucking zip ties. They were gonna take fucking hostages.
Of course they were, dude. Some of these people, like, listen, these people had fucking automatic weapons, and so what ended up happening? Sorry, we keep dodging the issue.
By the way, where the fuck is the National Guard?
Oh, they're too busy. They're too busy fucking bombing Black Lives Matter protests and rolling fucking tanks down the street and shooting people in the back. They're busy. Nick, come on.
Words. If you're gonna shoot somebody, shoot them in the just Hamilton. Just like don't throw away your shot. If you fucking shoot me in the back,
I'm not gonna throw away my shot.
I need a shot after this. I need a shot after today.
I want to watch Hamilton again. That was a great movie.
I know that was probably one of my favorite movies that I saw from last year.
No, I'm not gonna throw away my shot. No, but the Trump, in order to essentially destroy democracy and prevent democracy from happening, all these fucking Trump cult members, they stormed the Capitol building during when the senators were ratifying the votes. Like when senators were ratifying the Electoral College votes, they stormed the fucking Capitol building. They broke like a 4-inch sheet of protective glass.
5 people have been shot.
Somebody pulled out a fucking gun.
Oh wait, no. 5 people have been injured and 1 person's been shot so far.
Great, good, awesome, love it, love to see it. It's incredible, baby.
Oh no, this is not. But if this was a Black Lives Matter protest,
oh, dude,
there would have been tear gas and rubber bullets.
Yeah, like it is fucking infuriating when it's like a Black Lives Matter protest and like, oh no, those people have slightly dark skin tone. Better fucking tear gas those guys. Better fucking shoot them with assault weapons. Like, but like, no, they see people in literal fucking Klan hoods and they see people with fucking Confederate flags and like literal Nazi armbands, and they're like, oh yeah. Those guys aren't an issue.
Oh yeah, these Black Lives Matter people are terrorists.
They're Antifa, man.
And looting. Oh, but when we do it and when we storm the fucking Capitol building, oh, it's fine.
They're just angry. They're just expressing their First Amendment right, Nick. It's their First Amendment right to protest.
I'm going to use my First Amendment right to tell you all, you did this. You did this.
Well, like, okay. Okay, so that's dangerous, okay?
I know.
That's some dangerous language, and as much as I don't like, so I'm
tired.
I'm also very tired. But like I honest to God, this is gonna make me sound like contradictory or whatever. I legitimately there are times when I legitimately feel sorry for Trump supporters. Like I legitimately feel sorry for them because they've lost the plot, as it were. But like,
No,
okay,
this is true.
okay. In all seriousness, though, they've been led so far astray that this America, like, they've been given this narrative that like America used to be great. I'm going to make it great again, and so I need your help to do it. And people are so ready to believe that Trump is like the answer to all their prayers, and that like
No, they
he's
haven't.
the answer. They're so ready to believe him that he's going to be the guy that's going to change everything. Um,
No.
like, and not only is he going to change everything, everybody hates him because he's the guy that's going to change everything. He's going to expose them, and he's our hero. Like, to me,
No.
that's
You
the
know
most
what he's doing
heartbreaking.
right now?
That's the most
He's
heartbreaking
taking
thing, is that people see him as this like paragon hero of like he's going to save America, and I'm going to support him any way that I can. And like
Have you seen that picture of the inauguration day of Donald Trump versus today? It looks like something out of it's something out of like a fucking Black Mirror episode or
and so
something.
I like listen.
This is
I
fucked.
think that there are people who are like definitely like they're very conscious about what they're doing. Like basically all the
Oh, they
fucking
are
crowd.
they
No,
are
no, 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 no,
definitely
no,
conscious
no.
of what they're.
Listen, now listen. So like
No,
when I
hold on.
what I said, yeah, I said that they are. I said there are people who are definitely conscious about what they're doing. Like I'm saying,
I know, but they're
people.
following through.
No, no, I get it, but like hear me out for a second.
Okay, fine.
There are people who definitely know what they're doing, like the Proud Boys and the fucking the KKK and like Confederate assholes and like all these fucking people, right? And they're conscious about what they're doing. I feel bad for like the guy who works on a farm in Kansas who makes less than $20,000 a year, who like all he wants is to have like a decent standard of living. And like he's like, "Oh, Trump is the only way." Like people like that. People who like they get swept up in their party, they get swept up in their they're so swept up in their own misfortune that they will cling on to anything that could potentially give them a way out of their shitty situation. Instead of criticizing like the institutions of capitalism or something like that, they choose to be like it's not the system that's bad, it's just the people in the system. So if there's a good person in the system who has my best interest at heart.
Let's be brutally honest here. There's like, with maybe a few exceptions, there's like nobody good in the system.
Oh yeah, I'm not even like I said earlier. Even though I'm definitely a lot more left leaning than I'm right or center or whatever. I'm definitely a socialist liberal hippie. That being said, I'm
A
not
socialist.
um that's basically what I am. Like it's you call it what it is. I'm a socialist liberal hippie. I'm fine with saying that.
No.
But anyway, yeah, I'm definitely not happy with Nancy Pelosi in the House either, despite the fact that they are closer to my political beliefs than like Trump is. Like when people show me news footage of Nancy Pelosi or Joe Biden, I'm not like, oh, those are my guys. I'm like, oh, those assholes. Like that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay, well, do you want a McDonald's hamburger or do you want a sack of rocks
No, no,
to
no.
eat for
Listen,
dinner?
listen. I'm obviously Joe Biden is going to make it for a better president than Donald fucking Trump. I'm not here to say otherwise. I'm definitely not here to say otherwise. But so Leon Thomas has a
I'm
really
not
good
saying you.
Leon Thomas, the Renegade Cut. He has a really good video talking about this, where he talks about Joe Biden, and the thesis of his video is basically that like, yeah, obviously Joe Biden would make for a better president than Donald J. Trump. But like we could do so much better than like okay. Because to me,
Yeah.
Biden, the thing that I like about him the least is that he's this guy who wants to reach across the aisle to the Conservative Party, who definitely does not want to do that. And two, he's a status quo guy. He's like, we're gonna get back to normal, as if normal was ever good. And so I just hate I hate that with the two-party system, you can either have this guy who's clearly fucking inept and clearly doesn't know what he's fucking doing, or you can have Joe Biden, the status quo president. And like those are your only two options. Like I don't know about like maybe it doesn't piss you off, but that definitely pisses me off. Like, obviously, like, I'd rather
Look,
have a
man, we've been raw dogged the last 4 years.
Yes.
I I think we just I don't know, dude. Look, is it what I wanted at the end? No.
Oh no, listen, I
But
voted
you
for Biden.
but
I'll tell
but
you
we
straight up.
I voted for Biden too. I wanted Bernie, but
Oh fuck yeah.
you know, the Democratic Party kind of fucked him over. But still,
No,
I don't know. Honestly, I'm so fucking exhausted.
like everyone's
I'm
exhausted. And listen, I definitely get it that like there's a certain subsect of like kind of socialist progressives who are like me, who we kind of are like we fold in our arms and we put it we tuck in our arms and we're like, like we're very suited in there where it's like it's not like I like Biden or like I voted for Biden, but it's not like I like him or anything.
well, it's
Like
better than the alternative.
no, for sure. And I understand that for people that uh one of the most incredible pieces of footage that I saw after Biden was projected to be the winner of the election. Did you see this? I don't know, maybe. They showed a picture that they showed film of one of the facilities where they hold people who are jumping over the border. Like at the Mexican border, they have these confinement facilities. And so they had all these people who were in this facility, and they were in a room, and they were watching on a big projector. They watched the Joe Biden win the election, and this entire room, like, there's people hugging, there's people crying, there's people like singing songs, and so like I get it. Like, listen, I was happy too, and I'm not.
I was really happy too.
I'm not saying like this is bad, you guys. I'm just saying like now that Donald Trump is gone, we need to be better than we need to get back to being better than like, well, at least it's like I think if our standard for
like, now that we won, now we don't have to worry about it. It's like no,
yeah, like,
now
no,
we have to
our
pay
standard
more
our standard for
I agree
policy
with
needs
you.
to be better than at least it's better than Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want
that
like listen
the bar has been set for us so goddamn. Although I think this is going to be a stepping stone to something better because now that people are more invested in politics than ever before, like you know me, if you would have told me like 4 years ago, I would be like talking about politics on a podcast with you. I'd say you're out of your fucking mind. I don't give a
right.
fuck about politics and shit like that. So I think that people are paying attention now more than anything else. And if they're smart, they'll want to vote for they'll actually get out and vote and actually
Right.
like keep an eye on key issues because
And we saw with Georgia that like for the first time ever, I guess like 40% of the demographic that voted in this Senate runoff were African American.
Yeah,
which is awesome. Like, it's
Yeah,
apparently like the highest turnout of like African American voters in the state for like any election. That's
I
awesome.
think yeah, and I think he's going to be one of the senators is going to be the first black senator. So
Yeah,
that's going to be a lot of fun.
the first black senator in Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
and like
Uh-oh, my cats are. Why are you begging?
They've already been fed.
They've already been fed, but they always ask for
No,
more.
listen, like I'm with you to a point where like obviously it's better to eat a McDonald's cheeseburger than like a sack of shit. I'm there with you. I'm
I
there
know,
with
but
you.
here's the thing. I want change. I really do. But it's going to be one of those things where like we have to fix the cracks in the foundation before we can build another house.
Well,
You feel me?
here's the thing. I sort of disagree with you. In the sense that I don't want to, and again, this is just me. I don't want to fix up the house.
No, I'm not saying
I want to build a
no.
whole new fucking house.
No,
because
that's why I tried to get my point across. I agree with you.
Oh, okay, good.
Say you have a shitty house, you bulldoze it, you find that there's cracks in the foundation, you fix the foundation, and then you build a new, better house.
Right.
That's what I'm.
But honestly,
I
listen,
agree with you 100%.
So like
but it's one of those things where like I feel like the next couple of years are going to be just trying to fix some of the shit that happened in the past.
Some damage control is going to happen for sure. And the first part of the damage control, pandemic relief.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Stimulus, shit like that.
Like an actual stimulus.
Yeah. Not the breadcrumbs we got. Oh my god,
Dude, have you
dude!
seen
Did you
the
see?
have you seen the chart where like they show stimulus by
From every other
by
country? Yeah,
country? Like
yeah. I think it's so
no,
infuriating.
it sucks because like you see Canada and it's like $2,000 per month,
$2,000 a month
and
for
you
like
see
6 months.
like you see Ukraine, they get like 1,500 per month, and like
Yeah,
you see all this
I
shit,
think somewhere in like Italy or France, they were getting upwards of like 2,500 to almost 3,000 a month.
and then you see us, we're at rock bottom,
Yeah,
rock bottom.
are we like ground zero? We probably have the most cases out of any country in the world.
Oh yeah,
right now.
without a doubt. Like I would have to look up the stat, but like without a doubt in my mind, we have more cases than anywhere else on the planet, without a doubt.
Oh my god, I just realized something terrible. Dude, the riots today. We're gonna probably have another huge spike in cases.
That'll be
pretty
great.
soon, because just what we need.
That'll be great.
You know, there's like 0 ICU beds where we live.
Nice.
Like 0.
I love
Not a
that.
single. Dude, it's fucking rough. My stepmom, she works as an ICU nurse, and she's just she's tired.
Yeah, man. Of
It's
course
fucking-
she's tired.
Where I'm at. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Where
I don't have a mask within reach, but wear a mask.
wear a mask. Not
Here.
like that.
Here. Here. Wear a mask. Here. There you
Is that
go.
Toronto. Why do you have a Toronto Maple Leafs mask?
My dad bought it for me.
Oh, okay.
So like my dad will go on like he'll go on like official sportswear websites and like buy merchandise and buy like clothing and stuff. And so and then like it'll link him to like, oh, like NHL. And then he'll be like, hey, and like he just gave it to me. He's like, here, I bought you face masks, and I'm like, great.
Okay. I didn't peg your dad as an NHL guy.
Well, like, so he bought me, so years ago, he bought me a Toronto, like when he was on travel, he bought me a Toronto Maple Leafs shirt. And
Yeah.
and okay.
Oh, I've seen you wear that shirt.
Yeah, I love that shirt. Except I love it, but not for the reason you think. Okay.
Okay.
I love that shirt because it says Toronto on it, and Toronto is where Scott Pilgrim takes place. So like every time I wear it, I'm like, yeah, man, I fucking love Scott Pilgrim. It's like I feel like such a fucking hipster where it's like, yeah, man. It like
I don't even like the team. I just like Toronto.
hey man, who's your favorite player? I'm like, I don't know, Steven Stills.
Who the fuck is Steven Stills?
He's a character from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Oh god. Say hi, everybody.
But no, so yeah, it's
Dummy.
bad news to have people storming the Capitol building.
It's bad
especially
news bears.
and like this is kind of an ongoing development, and it just
Well, I guess the Capitol. I just checked on Twitter right now. I guess the Capitol is secure right now, but they're putting like a 6 p.m. curfew. Right.
great. I know that all the senators got out and they evacuated properly.
Yeah. No.
What's wrong?
God. Dr. Dre's in the ICU because of Corona.
Ah,
Fuck.
Christ. Anyway, this is really dragging me down.
Yeah.
You want to change topics to literally anything else?
Yes.
Great.
Let's talk about the TV. Let's talk about the TV shows we're watching because we're watching quite a few.
Yeah. Let me just say before we do that though, it's been an extremely.
Anybody? First off, before we go away, I just want to say, I know you guys are scared, but we just got to keep moving forward for all of us. We cannot. This shit has got to stop. I'm sick of having a panic attack every time I open up Twitter.
Yeah. Honestly,
that's
if you want something to, if you want to find a way to instantaneously reduce your stress levels, my recommendation is to take Twitter off your phone. It helped me out. Yeah,
No.
I never have Twitter on my phone anymore, man. If I have access to Twitter when I'm in bed, I'll never sleep.
Yeah.
But no,
Although,
so
man. But yeah, let's talk about the shows we're watching right now.
so before we do that, I just have to say, it's been a slow as fuck news week. Okay,
It really
Uh,
has.
I did genuinely try.
I'm so sick of playing. I'm so sick of hearing about whatever bullshit CG Project Red has done, or like, there's really been nothing.
Yeah, the only thing that I found was like
There's like no new
Wonder
movie
Woman.
trailers.
Wonder Woman, I guess, got released for HBO Max over Christmas, and it's getting like kind of critically panned.
Really,
Yeah, mostly because apparently there's the character from the first movie, like her the boyfriend or whatever.
who
Uh,
Trevor I think his name
yeah,
was.
so he gets
Yeah,
like he gets like temporarily resurrected because there's like a guy who apparently the plot is really dumb. Is one thing. So a lot of people are saying that the plot is really really dumb, even for like a comic book movie.
that's a
Uh,
saying something.
and so apparently the plot involves like this Donald Trump type of like business guy, and he has
Oh,
like
Maxwell Lord, yeah,
he has a
played
magic.
by one of my new,
I'm not even
played by
kidding.
one of
He has a magic rock that like can grant him wishes.
fuck.
I'm swear that's the plot of this movie. It's about
What
Wonder
is
Woman.
it, the Philosopher's Stone?
Yeah, basically, dude. It's like Full Metal Alchemist. That's right. It's like Full Metal Alchemist,
My
basically. And so the plot of the
God,
movie is that like he wishes to like um he essentially wishes to be like have absolute control of like the world and be like the rich fuck McDuck. And so Diana gets the stone and she wishes for Trevor to be resurrected. So he like Trevor's spirit like temporarily like possesses a guy that she meets, I guess. And so
and
like
it looks exactly like him
yeah.
somehow. What are the fucking odds?
So the I think his spirit possesses some rando dude, and then the dude like takes on his appearance or something. I don't know, but
That
anyway,
doesn't
like,
make any.
and so it's weird because like Wonder Woman and he apparently have sex at one point in the movie, and like,
Well, they had sex in the first one too. We just
but
never
like
see it.
you're like having sex with a possessed guy, and there's all kinds of weird moral implications about all
Does
that.
that technically make it a three-way?
I don't know, but anyway, like apparently it's just apparently not going over very well.
Yeah, and then they somehow work out like, oh, what the fuck is her name?
Chitara or whatever.
Katara, or whatever the hell her name is. Apparently, oh, that's why the fuck is going on? My cat's fucked up my cables.
Oh,
I
isn't that
gotta
the worst?
Yeah, I was wondering. It was like, why the fuck is this acting this way? Got to stretch.
No, I wanted to adjust my lighting real quick, but like, it's fine.
My cats have gotten my mic so fucking dirty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm talking.
That's why,
Yeah.
that's why when I'm not using my microphone, I cover it with a shirt. I have like this. I basically this shirt's dedicated purpose is to cover my microphone, so
Yeah,
it doesn't
probably
get
do
it
that.
doesn't get dust on it, and then even after that, I take it and I clean it,
Yeah.
and so
Uh,
I keep dust out of that shit.
But yeah, let's like. I want to really hold off talking about Wonder Woman until like I actually see it.
Oh, okay. I
I
just
mean, I
thought it'd
guess we
be
can go through the general consensus, but yeah, but we
like
could talk about.
what I thought would be I guess I just wanted to get your take for like a minute.
Okay.
What do you think about the DCEU just in general? We've had
Oh,
some
it's a
time.
mess.
We've had some time to sit on it. We've had some good stuff. We've had some bad stuff. Like just in
I,
general, like
I,
do you like it?
it's okay. There's a few movies that I like, but there's a lot of them that I think that are just mid to low quality. Like,
Right.
I still haven't seen Harley Quinn.
I saw
I
Harley
still have.
Quinn. I I think I liked it more than most people did. Because I thought it was fine, and I thought it was like a fun like if you're
It's a
in
fun
the
little romp.
if you're in the right headspace to watch a Harley Quinn movie, it's a fun time, but like it is a little bit like I'm trying to say this in a nice way. It is a little bit like it sort of feels like
Shasta, Guardians of the Galaxy.
no, not really. It feels like it's pandering to like a really like young hot topic type of audience.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes like I kind of feel like a lot of the humor is like I feel it's one of those things where like they got together with like a focus group and they're like, what do the kids think is funny these days? How about you do an entire 10-minute scene about Harley Quinn eating a grilled cheese sandwich? Brilliant. And that
Weird.
actually
Okay.
does happen in the movie. There's a whole scene where she tries to eat like a grilled cheese sandwich from a food cart, and like everything keeps getting in her way to do this.
She's like what the fuck is that character's name? Scrap from fucking Ice Age, where he's just hunting that fucking acorn down to the ends of the earth.
Yeah. And I actually, yeah. My biggest beef with Birds of Prey is that it doesn't really feel like a team up movie until the last like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
Because
you
like,
could argue that they don't really team up until for the Avengers until like
but
the
like,
last 30
okay,
minutes.
okay, so like the major
But at least
difference,
the
the
characters are interacting.
the major difference is like, yeah, at least in Avengers, the characters are like, there's those scenes where they're in the Avengers, like the helicraft or whatever, and and like Iron Man's arguing with Captain America, and like Thor is arguing with everybody else, and like they have that dick measuring contest where they fight each other. Yeah, there's a lot more interactions with the characters, but in Birds of Prey, it like, it's not to say they don't interact, but it feels like a very like rushed last minute addition. Like, oh, you see, they're a team, and it's like, no,
And no.
no, they're actually not a team, actually.
They're just a bunch of randos that just sort of came together for a
But like, yeah,
job.
I thought it was fine. I think a lot of people were way more critical of it than I was.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just looking for
And by the
excuse.
way, like I hated Suicide Squad, so like I had no expectations for this. So like, in case you think I'm like, God, if anyone watching this thinks I'm a DC stan or whatever, I'm really fucking not. I'm really not.
What's your over under on Shazam? Because I actually like Shazam quite a bit.
I
I thought
like
Shazam was a fun ass time. That was like a
I like
good.
Shazam. I definitely think it's one of the better DCEU movies. However, it does one thing that I kind of don't like in and not even just in Shazam, but in a lot of movies that I don't like. It's weirdly like, it's tonally inconsistent a lot. So like, for example,
How so?
there's like the scene, spoiler from Shazam. Spoilers about Shazam, by the way. There's like the scene in the boardroom where the fucking demons like eat that guy's fucking face off.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
and then like 20 minutes later, like all of his brothers and sisters, like we're superheroes too, and they do this whole like like, it's a superhero movie that I feel like appeals to a younger audience, which by the way is a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Like
However,
the 10.
it's really hard to like get invested in like the childhood whimsy of Shazam after I saw a guy get his fucking face get eaten off.
Yeah.
So like, it's
Well,
like, it's
that's
not
the cue with.
it's
Well, that's
not
the thing
a,
with any kids movie that you have to do. You got to throw in a little bit of
okay,
danger.
but like,
You got to freak it. You got to freak them out.
okay,
Not just.
okay, but like, this is a scene in like a rated R movie. Like, it's like that tier. Like, you hear the guy's like flesh fall off his bones or whatever. Like, it's not.
Involved or something. I mean, look at Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I get it, but that
Oh wait. Oh wait. Yeah, it was Raiders.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even say that's like a kid's, but anyway, like it was so not a big deal for me. Like like that was like my one gripe with it. Otherwise, I loved it,
Uh, Aquaman was cheesy, but I had a fun time watching it.
dude. I'm not even gonna pretend to lie to you, dude. I fucking love Aquaman.
Do you really? It's
Like,
so much. It's fun.
listen. Is it the dumbest fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire life?
No,
Yes, yes.
no, really.
It's like, listen,
Oh,
like, listen, it's dumb, stupid, fucking superhero fun, okay? And it doesn't pretend
yeah,
otherwise, all right?
yeah. It
It
knows exactly
it
what it.
so doesn't
There's some really cool shots in that
it
movie.
so doesn't take itself seriously, and I'm fine with
No,
that.
no, it
Like the
doesn't.
scene where like Aquaman goes down to Atlantis and fights in the gladiatory arena, and
Oh
and the
yeah,
fucking octopus is on the bongo drums. Peak
it's like some little.
peak cinema.
Uh I always remember that shot when they're like in that small fishing boat, and they're just swarmed by fucking enemies, and they just have a red flare, and that's like the only frame of light. And they go in, and it just looks like something out of H.P. Lovecraft.
You know what scene
Oh,
that
dude.
you know what scene that I like in Aquaman is the scene where they're in that they're in that port town in like Europe or France or something, and
I think it was Italy.
Aquaman's girlfriend is fighting some like Black Manta like goon or whatever. And so she's in like a bistro that has a bunch of wine bottles in it. And so she like breaks a wine bottle and then like uses her water powers to like turn the wine into like shards of ice.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember
That was
that.
cool. I like that. That was creative. I like that. That was cool.
Yeah. And plus, we had Julie Andrews, Mary Poppins as Cthulhu.
I also thought the battle where Aquaman rides on a fucking megalodon was like the cheesiest, dumbest, fun, like most fun shit ever. Like
Well,
I'm
it's like,
sorry,
and
like
it's also strangely the most common. It's like that Aquaman suit that he has is like the most comic accurate or comic accurate. Sorry, I can't talk. Uh, like suit that we've seen so far.
the
Like it's
only
really
the
close.
only thing I don't like about Aquaman is like I wish they would just cut the entire subplot with the missing mom. If they cut that
Don't
it,
mind missing.
if they cut that subplot, I think the movie would be like a lot tighter. And I think and I don't like the fact that like they try to get you to sympathize with Aquaman as being like this little kid. Like they have flashbacks of Aquaman as like a little kid with Willem Dafoe or whatever. And
No,
I
it was Tim Maria Morrison.
oh right. But I
No,
just
you're mixing up your movies.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We'll
It's
meet again,
bad luck.
Spider-Man.
It's bad luck to kill a seabird.
No, but
They got the souls of dead sailors who drown.
I thought that was Willem Dafoe. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
No, it's Tim Maria Morrison. It's
Oh,
Django
okay.
Fett.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so like all these scenes where like it was him in the past, like these flashbacks, I thought that they were kind of like they sort of like, but honestly, like everything else is so dumb. Like when it's okay, it's kind of like eating a piece of double of like of juicy fruit gum, right? Like when it's good, it's really really good, and when it sucks, it really really sucks. And so for like those few moments where the juicy fruit gum is really fresh in your mouth and it's still like it tastes great, like oh man, is it satisfying? And then when the gum loses its flavor, you're like, I don't know.
He figured they would have cracked that formula by now after all these years.
Right.
God, who the fuck still has juicy fruit?
The last time that I bought juicy fruit
That's
was
the last time I had gum. It's been
the
a
last
minute.
time that I had juicy fruit probably was like 10 years ago. And so I was visiting my grandparents in Northern California. And so I have to say that like they used to live in a really small town, and I'm not joking. The highlight of my day was going to the Walmart. Like that's how much of a tumbleweed town. Fuck it, I'll just say it. That's how much of a tumbleweed town like Sonora and Strawberry and Tuolumne County is. Like that's
Sonora, more Snora.
like
There's
that.
what like
That's the highlight out there.
if you love golf, Walmart, or the movie theater, you're in luck.
Yeah, that's it.
Go
That's
to
it.
Sonora, California.
If you love to go to the
It's a
movies,
fucking desert.
if you love to go to the movies, if you're an old fuck and you love to go to the movies, or if you like to so like all joking aside, if you love nature, there's lots of great places to go hiking and to go like off-roading. There's lots of like lakes to visit. There's lots of like hiking trails to go
Okay.
do. So like
Yeah.
if you like nature, like it
If you
really
love if you like that glamping, like sort of outdoorsy
no
shit,
this is not glamping. This would be camping. Like you actually have to like pitch a tent. This ain't no glamping.
I see all these people on Instagram and they're camping.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and like to me, like I get it, you're trying to flex and you're trying to be like, "Oh, look at this." But like, why are you camping then? Like
It's for the gram. Bitches love the gram.
like I understand if you like rent a cabin somewhere and you go like camping with friends, like that's fine. But like the point of camping, or to me, like one of the main appeals of camping is that you go camping to get away from your technologically filled life, right? So like when you go camping, you don't need your computer. You shouldn't need your smartphone. Like the reason you go camping is to get away from that shit. Right? Like is that just me?
Times are a changing. No,
Like,
Honestly, you could
am I just am I just an old fuck?
I think you're just an old fuck in this case.
What the
I don't care.
fuck?
No, well, it's like I'll do it both ways. Like I've never gone glamping, but I love camping. I've been itching to go camping for the past couple of years. We should go on a camping trip with the boys.
Yeah,
We'll do like a survival
once
trip.
the Rona passes, I'm all for
What's,
it.
what's the Rona passes?
But yeah, I liked sorry, going back to Aquaman, like I liked Aquaman more than I disliked it. I think that Black Manta is kind of a weak villain, which sucks because in Justice League Unlimited, he's actually a pretty good villain.
Yeah,
And also in Young Justice, he serves as like a really good villain. I liked him a lot in
he's
that.
a really good villain in that. And his son.
So it's unfortunate to see him be really boring in the actual Aquaman movie.
Well, I think
I just gotta say,
set him up for.
I just gotta say, the movie owes its success, like 70% of the success of Aquaman is on the shoulders of Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, those
Because
broad shoulders.
He loves being Aquaman, and you you can tell in like every shot.
That's why I've always appreciated Jason Momoa as an actor. Even back when I first saw him in here's how old of a fan I am of Jason Momoa. I've been a fan of his since like the Stargate Atlantis shit like era. Like I've been a fan of this guy's work for a long time. Like everybody knows him from fucking Game of Thrones. Oh, it's Khal Drogo. No, you get the dude who's on the run from oh god, what was the Empire? I can't fucking remember. Yeah, but he was like a main character in Stargate Atlantis. This guy just has a whole thing with like Atlantis. He's Aquaman. He's
that's right.
Stargate A. Just so much. Guy likes being in water, I guess.
Yeah, he just like listen. I'll do your movie. I'll do your TV show. But I have to use it as an excuse to have a tax write-off vacation. All right, I need a tropical vacation.
Done.
All right, fine. You got yourself a deal.
Do you think there's ever been movies that have been made solely for the
dude,
purpose
all the grown-up movies, all of them. Adam Sandler has made an entire career out of listen. I want my family and I to go on vacation, but I want to have it count as work. I want to write it off on my taxes. Hey guys, hey Rob Schneider, hey Chris. Fucking what's his face? Chris Tucker, Chris Rock. Hey Chris Rock. Hey Rob Schneider. Right.
Kevin James.
Hey Kevin James. Let's go on. Let's take all the family and let's go on vacation. Let's make shit and poop jokes while going in the swimming pool. What you?
Dude, I really liked him in Uncut Gems. He was fucking amazing in that movie.
You know, that's the thing that breaks my heart about Adam Sandler, right? Is you watch movies like The Wedding Singer and you watch movies like Uncut Gems, and you know he's a great actor. Like he clearly like he's not like fucking fucking Tom Green, who's a fucking hack. He's not like Carrot Top, who's a fucking hack. Adam Sandler, he's got acting chops, and he clearly knows, like he's an experienced actor who knows what the fuck he's doing. And like the fact that Happy Madison is an entire production company built on like the types of movies that like your fat aunt who goes to Walmart likes to buy. Oh, look at that, they fell down. Oh, look at that, they made a poop joke in the pants. Oh, look at that, he made a joke about his penis. It's true. Like that's all the Happy Madison movies.
I actually really like Happy Gilmore.
Like yeah, that's the thing. I love Happy Gilmore.
I love shit like Happy Gilmore and Waterboy.
I even love Waterboy too. That's what hurts. That's what hurts the most is that you know that he's a good actor and you know he can do this, but he keeps choosing to make like Grown Up 7. Although I would love it if they make like Grown Up 7 and they go to the Congo and then like the movie goes like full Green Inferno where they find like they
cannibals.
They find like a group of like fucking Amazon cannibals. It's like what are we gonna do, Chris Rock?
Oh God, no!
I gotta get my ass out of here.
No, that is a terrible idea.
Oh my God, they just ate my son.
I think in like the novelization of like Forrest Gump was based off of a book. and
Yeah.
I shit you not, he becomes a fucking astronaut in one of the books.
Oh, that's stupid.
It gets better. He crash lands after being in space on an island of cannibals and lives with them.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah,
That's fun.
that's the reason why that line is in the movie. If you become this, I'll become I'll be an astronaut or some shit like that.
Oh, really?
Although, yeah, it was kind of a wink and a nod to that.
But no, I know that Adam Sandler, like, and yeah, you watch him in Uncut Gems, and like, not only so like it'd be one thing if he was just like he was okay, but like no, he kills in that movie.
He really does.
He steals the show, no questions asked. Like he's fucking incredible in that movie.
Yeah, I would
Like-
just see, oh, it's Adam Sandler doing a funny voice. No, you believe he's this fucking
So like
crazy.
you know, there's movies like The Cobbler and movies like The Wedding Singer and movies like Uncut Gems where like he's rock solid as an actor, but he makes the conscious
Click.
He makes the conscious. I've heard some bad shit about that movie. I haven't seen it, but like Jesus Christ, I've read some bad shit about that movie. I've read that it has not aged well. Let's just put it that way.
Really?
I've heard that is.
Oh, it's been over like 10 years since I've seen that movie. So
Yeah, I saw a video essay about it a couple months ago, and that movie has not aged well at all.
Don't you just love that?
But yeah, but like Adam Sandler, I know you can make dude, it's like Tyler Perry when he was in Gone Girl. Like,
yeah, he's
this
really
is Tyler.
good.
Like, listen, you want to make fun of Tyler Perry because like, oh, he made all those stupid Medea movies, but then you see him in Uncut Gem, or Gone Girl. Sorry, you see him in Gone Girl, and he kills. Like, he's so good at that movie. Do
you think Uncut Gems is to Adam Sandler is what Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is to Jim Carrey?
Have I ever told you this?
Like,
have I told you my opinion on Jim Carrey?
No.
It took me years to have I seriously never told you this? Okay, great.
No, you've never told me this.
Okay.
I didn't know you had strong feelings about.
Okay. It took me years to come to this conclusion.
Okay.
I feel like I don't think it's his fault. I think it's mine. But I can't stand Jim Carrey. I find him to be listen.
You don't like him in like Truman Show or anything?
Listen. Sometimes actors have those like certain, like, no matter what role that they perform, they have those certain mannerisms and they have those certain like turn of phrases and they have that certain like body language. So no matter what movie they're in, there is some stuff that they fall back on. I just don't like any aspect of Jim Carrey as a comedic actor.
What? You're
I'm
crazy.
sorry. Like, listen, I'm a freak. I know this, okay?
So you don't like Me, Myself, and Irene. You don't like Truman Show. You don't.
I listen. I realize that
Really?
I'm the villain. Okay, I'm the villain.
You're the trash man.
I
can't believe you don't like Truman Show.
No. Okay, listen. I like the movie. I don't like his how should I say this? Like, I enjoy Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You don't like his style.
I don't like him. Like, the movies that he's in, like, honestly, like Bruce Almighty, I love that movie. I don't like him.
Yeah.
I like listen, I like Bruce Almighty. I don't like him in it.
This is just
I'm sorry.
He
present like I feel like he is one of those dudes where he thinks he's the, like, his acting style is like he always thinks he's like the funniest person in the room. But like, in my opinion,
never got that.
Like, that's the vibe he always gives, where like, oh, look at me, I'm the funniest person in the room. And like, I think you have to
I feel like he's
I think you have to earn that, as opposed to like being told, like, you know how someone who says that they're funny is never funny?
Yeah.
It's like that, right? Some like, oh, like, man, I'm like a legendary like, I really fucking hate those type of comedians who they go on stage and they're like, sit back, motherfuckers, it's on.
I don't think he's like that anymore.
I don't know. Actually, okay, so
like,
here's,
if you look at like interviews with him now, he's just kind
of like, that's the thing, right? That's what is so curious to me about Jim Carrey is I hate his acting style, but yeah, I have seen interviews with him, and like I think this I know this is gonna be very polarizing, but I don't like Jim Carrey the actor, but I like Jim Carrey the person because I find him to be really
Yeah.
fat. I know that I realize how polarizing that sounds and how weird that sounds.
Doesn't make any goddamn
No, no,
I guess.
I like I don't
Well,
like his
okay,
screen presence,
you know
but
who I feel about like that?
yeah,
But it's the reverse. I like this guy's movie. I don't like him as a person.
James
Jared
Woods,
Leto. What?
James Woods for me.
Uh, I've only ever seen James Woods in like one thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, two things. Because he was Casino, and he's a scumbag in that, so I don't mind.
And then he's
He
in
was really, he was
he
in Family Guy.
well he was in Hercules. He was Hades.
Oh, that's right.
My name is Zeus, Lord of the
Well,
Dead.
okay,
Lord of the Dead. How you doing? But no, so that's the
no,
fucked
I
up
love
thing.
Natalie.
No, that's the thing is James Woods, horrible human being,
Yeah,
great actor. That
yeah.
and that's what really sucks, right? Is like okay, so for example, I love listen, I know this is gonna sound like hypocritical. I love the music of Charlie Daniels. I love Charlie Daniels. He's such a good like as a musician, he's a really good musician. Horrible person. Like,
What did he do?
woo!
Or is he just like a super racist?
He's just a fucking right-wing trumper thumper for life. Like he is like he is very hardcore.
Why don't you go suck off Kirk
He
Cameron
is
while you're at it?
very, very hardcore. Like, yeah, exactly. He's like anti-abortion. He's like very, 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 very conservative. Like extremely conservative. To the point where like
Is there anybody whose music that I love
but no,
but I
it
hate?
sucks because like I love the music of Charlie Daniels, but like yeah, terrible, great music, terrible person.
Oh god, is there any music that I like that is made by a monster? I
Ted
can't.
Nugent. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I respect Ted Nugent as a musician. I don't.
Dude, Ted, no, man. I'll tell you straight up. Ted Nugent's fucking nuts. He's fucking nuts,
Dude, have you ever seen him on Rogan?
No.
Have you seen that joke? Have you seen, dude? It's some of the most batshit insane. That was one of the craziest interviews that Rogan has ever done. I'll send you some clips later.
Okay.
But holy shit, that guy's fucking nuts.
No, dude, he's like one of these guys, and he goes up on stage like shirtless and is like, yeah. He's got like a guitar in one hand and a fucking assault rifle in the other hand. He's like, come and take it, liberals, and it's like you're fucking like he points the shotgun like at the audience. It's like you're fucking nuts, dude. Like you're fucking nuts.
Apparently, he was never taught about muscle awareness.
Oh
Because
god.
any responsible gun owner would tell you, don't point it at anything. Like seriously, I know of one guy who he had like a 22 or something, and his dad, like, he was fucking around with it. He was pointing at shit he wasn't pointing it. His dad literally just picked up his 22 rifle and just smashed it on the ground. It's like, you're not responsible enough to own this crap.
Right.
Crap.
Now here's the I really do appreciate gun owners that actually take responsibility and because like I know that like we're in this culture of like pro-gun, anti-gun culture, and I'm definitely in the anti-gun culture. But like I appreciate I appreciate the fact that there are people like in the gun culture who like they make it their responsibility. They make it their responsibility to police themselves because nobody else will.
Yeah.
Like when I see a gun owner like do something like that where like they make an example of somebody and be like, hey, you're being fucking irresponsible with a firearm.
Yeah.
Again, I don't agree with them, but I have mad respect because it's like, thank you. Like that's all.
Dude, I miss the range. I miss going to the I was supposed to go with my dad a couple months ago, but it just Corona hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god. I was so fucking dude, we should go to bed. I know you're not really actually no, I don't want to just dual wield. I was about to say, once Rona hits, let's go to the range. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm gonna go full
like,
John.
That's oh, I would never want to dual wield pistols in my life. That's such a waste of ammo.
Pew.
That's such a waste of ammo. But like, here's the thing. I think that okay, how can I explain? Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
explain
okay.
this as respectfully as I can.
Yeah, go for it, man. That's fine. Listen. There are no hard feelings.
I know. I like shooting guns, but I do think that it or there needs to be more of an emphasis on gun education and
Right.
gun safety.
You've always held this
Because
stance, which I really appreciate.
yeah, like I like shooting guns. I would maybe like to own a gun in the future, but it would be under a very heavy lock and key. It wouldn't be some crazy shit. But it's just like, I don't know. I like shooting. I'm not a hunter. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go out into the fucking woods. I just put up a piece of paper on a range, just let me hit the target, and that's all I need to do. Like
Right.
that's all the enjoyment I get out of it. Like I don't need some crazy like fucking uh Sega 12 fucking fully automatic gun. But here's the thing. And here's why like it's one of those things where like would it be better if we didn't have guns like in circulation? Yeah, I agree. But the problem is though, there's like 300 million in America right now, all in
Right.
circulation. You're never going to get rid of it. But what I
So
think we need to stress is prop proper background checks, make it a lot harder for people to get them, and education. Like you have to learn how to drive and you have to take classes.
right.
It should be the same thing for firearms.
And I think, well, like there should be a difference. So, like when you drive a car, for example, that's called a C class license,
That's a
right?
C class
And
license.
so, if
Yeah,
you and if you want to, like, if you want to drive like a semi truck or a motorcycle, you have to get a special license. So, like, I don't think that like if you have like if you have a license for like a handgun, it should not enable you to buy like an assault weapon. And I think that's already kind
yeah.
of a thing. But like, it's
No, no,
take
it is.
it's
No,
taken
you
this long
need
to get to that level.
oh, there's a name for it. It's called a class 3
Oh, like a
I think it's called
certification or something.
yeah, yeah, you actually do need to if you want to get the shit that's like super crazy, you do actually have
So
to
like
pass them.
here's the thing, even so like I'm very I'm sort of anti-gun. However, I'm not it does not escape me that there are certain situations in which owning a firearm could be pretty beneficial. So for
Yeah.
example, if you're somebody who is like a sheep herder and you live out in like a rural part of the
Yeah.
country, and you want like a gun
Well
to
that's the
like to either shoot off like bears or wolves or whatever, like
oh yeah.
I can
Well,
understand that.
well, it's like here's the thing though, and here's where a lot of people because like
Yeah.
let's be brutally honest. We're like city kids
Yeah, yeah.
almost. We're not
Oh no, for
quite
sure,
city
for sure.
kids. It's like we're not in the middle of the sticks.
Right.
A lot of places in America, like if you have to call for an ambulance, like if ambulance average time for here is what like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
5 minutes,
Probably like 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. Yeah. For other places, it's like 45 minutes to an hour before
Right.
anybody shows up.
No, so
And
like
it,
here's my thing, right? When I say I'm anti-gun in the sense that like I don't know. If you live in like let's just say like New York City or like Los Angeles, right? Like I could maybe if you're in like an area with like heavy gang activity, because like gangs are gonna give it like regardless of what the gun laws are, gangs aren't gonna give a shit.
no, they
Like
don't give
I understand if you're like a single woman living by herself and like you're afraid that some asshole is gonna come and like attack
yeah,
you,
it's like what if
like
what if she has like a stalker or
right,
something
like
or
like that's kind of the situation where I see like okay, like that
like
might be like an idea, but like if you live in like New York and you live in like sorry, somebody dropped off a package by my gate. If you live in like New York or like Los Angeles, like what the fuck do you need like an assault weapon for? Like you don't. Like
you're not going to be able to
come the fuck on. Like I hate this justification where it's like, "Oh, I have the license to like to hold this." But like I know that it's one of those things where like, okay, you can, but why should you be able to at all? And like again, if you're like in my first example, if you're the wolf hunter, right? Like if
yeah.
you're if you're like the sheep herder and you live out in the sticks, well, okay, as long as you're responsible and you use it primarily to like scare off like wolves or bears or whatever, like I
That's
I kind
yeah.
of am
Well,
like,
it's
oh, I'm kind of like okay, but like I don't know.
like you should like
If you live in a
it's one
major
of those
metropolitan city, I just don't see why you need an assault weapon. Like, I really
Yeah,
don't.
I agree with the assault weapon sort of thing. It's one of because like oh wait, you've shot one
Yeah,
with me
yeah.
one time, but yeah, we shot oh god, what was it? It was a 22 caliber like AR type assault weapon. It wasn't fully automatic or anything. It was just like pew pew pew. But yeah, but the problem is though, you cause a lot of people don't realize how expensive that stuff is, especially if you get the right type of ammunition. Like 5.56 ammo is fucking expensive. Although it's one of those things where it's just like I like talking about guns, but I hate talking to gun nuts because that's all they ever talk about.
Hey man,
It's like
are
stoners.
you using the .78 stock, or are you using the .784 stock?
Oh god, don't even get me started.
Oh my god.
I've had a few. It's like yeah, I've had a few conversations with those guys, and that's all. They
What
don't want
kind
to
of
talk about.
you're putting a scope on a sniper rifle? What are you thinking?
Well, you would actually want to do that, but
Or like I've heard conversations like you're putting like you're putting a .8 scope on a gun that calls for a .7 scope. Are you fucking nuts?
0.7 scope? No, there's not.
Oh no, dude, I'm making up numbers. Don't actually look that up. I'm just making up shit. Don't.
There is an 8 magnification scope for hunting rifles and like sniper rifles and shit. But I was just like,
Yeah,
wait a minute, that doesn't sound
I'm just talking up my ass, dude. Don't lose sleep over it.
I got my.
I don't
You
know.
just come next time, and my whole wall is just like, wait a minute. So if this is right here, it's like a Charlie Kelly wall.
You're like,
Look,
you see that you could have a .8 scope. Yeah, exactly.
See, you can. Look, here's the thing. At what point will you say enough is enough? Like, I know some people like that's all they collect is like old guns and shit, but it's just like you're never gonna use these ever.
Like, I get it in the sense that like if you want to like
weird,
if you want to collect like Civil War era guns or whatever, or
that's
even
fine.
or
Yeah.
even something like American Revolution guns, or like, you know, that kind of thing.
They would be using the same guns.
Like blunderbuss or whatever, like that's kind of cool, I guess. Like even if you loaded it and refurbished it, like what damage could you really fucking do?
Well, it's like that's why I really like post Civil War, like Wild West era stuff, because it actually I love the designs. They're really cool and they have a lot of history in them. You know, like the Colt revolver,
right,
or the Winchester lever action rifle. You know, that stuff's cool.
yeah.
I don't claim to be the experts.
Right.
I am not the end all be all of this. These are just my personal feelings.
I get weirded out when like these. I feel like a lot of the people who are like, "You're never gonna take away my guns," are the people with like 27 assault rifles and like 40 pistols and like enough ammunition to like take out a platoon of guys. Like these are the people who are like, "You ain't taking my guns."
Oh god.
And you know, I definitely get it. Where like, on the one hand, yeah, would I prefer that we live in like a culture that was like less gun crazy? I do, but I don't think like. I think a lot of people think that like, oh, if we take all the guns away, that'll solve the issue, and like,
it's not going to solve.
We need a more nuanced approach to that.
Yeah,
because like
we really do.
Because I think where we're at now is a really bad place where like, fuck it, let's just let everybody have guns. Like, I don't think that's the answer. But neither do I think the answer is like, take guns away from everybody, because fuck it. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of wish we sort of looked at guns the same way that like Australia and Japan do. Where like the people who like need guns, like the Japanese like Defense Force or whatever, like the people who like realistically need guns would be the people, and again, that's a slippery slope all on its own. But like, in theory, let's just pretend this is like a perfect utopia. I know it's hard to believe, but like that's like in a perfect world. The only people the only people who would have guns would be the people who like actually need guns.
I know, but it's one of those things where like we have to have a special license to drive a car. We have to have a special like here's the thing. they do the exact same thing for the military. They call it rifle qualifications. So basically, you work your way up, and eventually, if you're responsible enough, and you pass all the criteria, then you can get all your fancy AR
Right.
stuff. But like, you got to start at level 1. You get you get a 22 pistol. That's it. Be lucky to hit the side
It's
of a
like
barn.
I don't again, I want to preface like Nick did. I'm not an expert, and so
No,
I
I
think
do.
that
I do not.
I think that everyone has sort of their own different circumstances. Like I just personally in my life, I could never think of a point in
You don't
time
need it.
where like I would be like I need a gun. But hey, that's just me. There are probably people
Yeah,
out there like the example that I said earlier about like if you're like a single woman or whatever, and you have like a stalker, like
yeah.
it'd be really
And
good as like as a lady to like tell a stalker like harassing you at 4 in the morning, like, hey, I have a gun, fuck off.
yeah,
Um,
it just
n-
turns into that movie
now,
Creep where they just
granted, like I would hope that she didn't shoot the guy, but like have it like it's one of those things where having the gun creates this opportunity of like preventative damage as opposed
yeah.
to if she had nothing. And so like and so I get that, right? Where a lot the power of a gun sometimes is not like is in not being able is not having to use is it
Well, no, it's like our nuclear weapons. It's a deterrent.
right, it's a whole Cold
It's
War
not.
thing.
Yeah, it's not meant to be used, but it's there just in case if you need it.
Right, and like I have very complex feelings about that kind of thing because on the one hand, yeah, I obviously in that scenario, like it'd be awesome for like for that lady to have a gun, but like I kind of wish that she had like not like access to non-lethal weapons. Like, and so we're doing things with like tasers, and we have like rubber bullets and stuff, which hurt like a motherfucker, but they won't kill you.
That's actually not true. Well, actually, a rubber bullet can actually absolutely kill you. But the problem is, though, that's why so many people got hurt the last time because you're not actually supposed to shoot it at the person. You're supposed to aim it at the ground, and then the ricochet hits up, diffuses a lot of energy, and then it hits you. You're really supposed, but people are just getting shot in the chest, and like, dude, that could crack. A rubber bullet could absolutely kill you.
Oh, so like
Yeah,
so like at like point blank range, a rubber bullet can actually like kill you.
oh yeah, it'll kill you.
Okay.
It'll
Hmm.
yeah, it'll crack, it'll break bones, it can stop your heart if it hits you. That's why
The more you
you're
know.
only the more you know. Yeah. Yeah, but these jackasses that are using them recently, they're not doing it right. They're just shooting into the crowd. What they're supposed to do is they're supposed to aim it at the ground and then shoot. And then the ricochet, because you're only supposed to hit them in like the
You
legs,
can be
and
like
then they'll
Joe
fuck
Biden and
off.
tell people to yeah, exactly. You can be like Joe Biden and tell people to like, hey, don't shoot people in the chest, shoot them in the legs.
Yeah, sweep the leg.
Oh god, Joey, I love you, but fuck me, man. Like I know you're doing your best as like a centrist, and I know you're like you're trying to you're caught in a bit of a pickle, let's say, when it comes to both conservatives and Republican, conservatives and liberals. I get that, but like sometimes
That's what I
sometimes
argue that the president.
sometimes you say things that like make me really worried. Like I don't anyway. I'm not gonna go back to
Could it?
that.
Yeah, let's not go back to that. But just be responsible,
Right.
do your research, don't be a jackass. Especially like I hate these people that it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get drunk and go to the rage. I was like,
Oh
no,
no. Oh
I ain't
no.
going anywhere. I ain't
You
going anywhere with you.
you should not mix alcohol and
Hey guys,
guns.
check out my reflex side of my AR. Click click. You put seriously, I have seen so many like that's the thing a responsible gun owner does. It's called muzzle awareness. You have to think of the barrel of the gun as a laser beam of death because it is. Because if you put anybody in that line of sight, they're fucking dead.
I remember.
Especially, if, and a
Sorry, go
lot
ahead.
of
Sorry, go
people,
ahead.
and especially since like a lot of people don't know. Like I'm sure a lot of people do, but that's the thing with guns is like a lot of people don't even know how to use them properly. They don't know how the safety works. They don't realize that there's a bullet in the chamber. Like I can't tell you. Like basically, they'll go click 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 click, and it's like, oh yeah, it's fine. And then there'll still be a round seated in the chamber, and they'll pull back the slide. And
Whoops.
yeah, I've seen that happen so many goddamn times.
So, when I was in summer camp years ago, they had an archery range. And so they had like it wasn't like actual bows and arrows. It was like kind of like outdoor sporting equipment, bows and
it,
arrows.
it, it was like a rubber tip thing or
No,
something.
it was a metal tip.
Oh, it was a metal tip?
It was a metal tip, but like
Did we go to the same summer camp
no, no.
as kids?
This was Circle V from years and years and
Oh,
years
okay.
ago.
We went to, oh, what was it
Outdoor
called?
Ed. That's what you're thinking
Outdoor
about.
Ed. That's what it
But no,
was.
so one time at Circle V, they had archery, and so like
I
they
actually won
were
the archery competition.
oh nice. So they had like they had like a a target on a bin of hay, and they had it like painted down there, and we were supposed to shoot for the target for the center, and so this one fucking kid got completely banned from the archery range because he showed up and he went to the line where he was supposed to shoot at, and his friend was like, "Hey, Marcus," and the guy turned around and was like,
What?
"Yeah."
Click.
Well, so I should mention he had the bowstring pulled back, and so his friend was like, "Hey, Marcus," and Marcus is like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" And so the instructor,
Yeah, same basic.
so the instructor was like,
I would have just like, I'm taking this away from you. You
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
deserve this.
The instructor
So-
was like, "You're banned. Get the fuck out."
Yep, I would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Stupid kids doing stupid shit.
yeah.
Oh man, I want to go to the range now. We should go.
Let me see if there's anything else I forgot to mention before we do anything else.
Let's talk about the TV shows we're watching, buddy.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Did I mention already that Netflix is shutting down its services on the Wii U and the 3DS? Well, if you didn't know, now you know.
And one for me, and one for the homies. No,
One for the homies on the 3DS.
I know. I've been kind of itching to play my 3DS recently.
One for the homies on the 3DS.
Where is my 3DS? I know it's here somewhere. I'll look for it later. Yeah, I've been kind of itching to play some Pokemon.
Hell yeah. You know what? I was actually thinking about playing through Pokemon's Pokemon X and Y again because I wanted to write about it because my god, X and Y sucked when it first came out,
Really?
and I wanted to play it again to like see if I was remembering it wrong or if I like if I didn't give it like a fair chance. I wanted to write a piece about it because I think about it, whenever I play Pokemon, whenever I play another Pokemon game, my immediate thought is like, man, this is so much better than like X and Y. And
Well,
so
I was thinking about cracking open my copy of Omega Ruby.
oh yeah, that's nice.
Because I've never played Sinnoh. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I've never played the Sinnoh region.
What?
Like ever.
You never played Sinnoh? That was my
Never played
favorite.
Sinnoh.
That was my favorite generation. How could you?
I guess we're just learning a lot about
I
each
know.
other today. We're just gonna air out all our dirty laundry.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Pokemon Generation 3.
I know. What is it? Middle school?
I know, right?
Oh God. Yep. Just airing our dirty
Man,
laundry. Yeah, I've never
played
played
the-
Sinnoh. I played Johto.
Oh no! You're sorry. You're thinking about Hoenn. Or yeah, you're thinking about Hoenn. Sinnoh is Generation
Hoenn.
4.
Yeah, I played. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You and I played the shit out of Sinnoh.
Oh God.
Yeah. You and I played the shit out of Sinnoh.
I don't know if I still have my copy of Diamond anywhere, but I think I clocked in like over 400 hours on that playthrough alone.
And I'm sure 200 of it was breeding. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was.
Yeah.
we were.
That checks out.
I think we were breeding. I think we were breeding for shinies or something.
Yeah.
It was something.
It was probably
Yeah.
me doing IV breeding.
Yeah, because remember we were staying at my old house.
Yeah.
And we would just spend like days.
But no, so you've never
fucking breeding
you never played Generation 3, Hoenn.
I've never played Hoenn, no.
It's honestly it's my favorite generation. I love it so much.
Yeah, I love the design.
It's got my boy Aggron in it.
Yeah.
It's smiling metal Godzilla. Like what's not to love?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, man.
it's like it's big Mecha Godzilla, but he looks like he's having a good time.
Oh yeah.
That
He's always
Aggron is my favorite Pokemon.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
Do you know what my favorite Pokemon is?
Okay, you've probably told me at some point. Let me try to remember.
I just want you to take a wild guess.
I feel like this is something you've told me before, and I'm a bad friend because I don't remember.
It's fine. I didn't remember the year of favorite Pokemon until you just told me.
Is it like Scizor? There we go.
You got it?
I did remember it. I did remember it. Good. That's right.
Yeah,
You mentioned this before. I love 𝐶z𝑗 too. 𝐶z𝑗 is
I
pretty
love
great.
Scissor. Yeah, it's pretty weak, but it just looks
Oh
so
no 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 no! Au contraire, my friend.
Oh, really?
In Generation 4, and especially in Ultra Ruby and Omega Sapphire, when that
Oh,
motherfucker
it's a
got
good?
when it got a Mega Evolution, 𝐶z𝑗 kicked, dude. Bullet Punch Technician 𝐶z𝑗 is like the stuff of fucking legends.
Ooh,
Yeah,
well, now I have to well, now I
yeah,
have
yeah,
more of
dude.
a chance to
So
play it.
back in Generation 4 and 5, a technician boosted bullet punch would like fuck you up. If
I'll
you
have
had
to pull
a
up for that.
𝐶z𝑗, especially if you were fighting like a ground type or an ice type where you got double damage, like woo, like yeah, 𝐶z𝑗 could fuck, like if you didn't have a counter for 𝐶z𝑗, it could fuck your whole team right up.
I guess I is was steel immune to fire or was it weak to fire? I can't remember.
So 𝐶z𝑗 has a ×4 weakness to fire because steel and bug are weak
Because
against
he's
fire.
bug.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So like,
Fuck.
so yeah, if he got toasted, he was done. But like, no, 𝐶z𝑗 was, dude. I used to have a fucking technician boosted. So technician is what. So by the way, this kind of sucks, but like, 𝐶z𝑗 has two potential abilities. One of them is one of the abilities is to increase his bug type moves by while he's below a certain threshold of hit points, called Swarm. Swarm is like okay, but it kind of sucks. No, you want Technician, baby, because
All right.
what Technician did
Where's
was
my hang on.
what Technician did
Yeah,
is
keep talking.
it boosted the power of any move that was below like 60 power.
I know I had it here somewhere. I'll look for it later.
But no,
Because I've been kind of itching to play my copy of Soul Silver again
hell
and
yeah.
Omega Ruby.
But no,
I
so
got the itch.
what
I want to play again.
So what Technician did was like, basically if a Pokemon uses a move that's less than 60 power, it would increase the attack of that move by 50%. And so what would happen? What is this? Is there a cat? What's going on here?
He's
there's a lump.
Buried. He looks like those Vanta Black paintings that you see.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, so
he's got his face buried in the blanket.
So 𝐶z𝑗 had this move. So 𝐶z𝑗 had this move called Bullet Punch, and you know like quick attack. So basically, Bullet Punch was
always goes first.
What Bullet Punch was the steel version of quick attack, and so it had 40 base power, which means it got boosted by Technician. And so what you would do is you would try to get in a sword stance, and then bullet punch, bullet punch, bullet punch, bullet punch, bullet punch, boop, 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 boop. And so 𝐶z𝑗's attack was so ridiculous.
You just Ip Man him to death.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it is. It's because the move is a priority move, it outspeed. So like 𝐶z𝑗 has shit for speed, but you don't even care because bullet punch is so ridiculous.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah, 𝐶z𝑗 was great.
That's awesome. I'll have to. God damn it! I really want to find my 3DS.
I'm actually. I need to get back to playing Fire Emblem Awakening. I need to get back to playing it. I stopped.
Because you're in the middle of playing it though.
Well, like you know what it is, dude. Is I got to chapter 5 on hard, and so okay. Do you ever play a game, and for the most part, it's manageable, but for some insane reason, the developer thought it would be a really good idea to put like a weird power spike part, like either like it's a boss or an encounter or something where like your character, like you don't have it's early in the game and you don't have the tools to like overcome it, but the developers are like, let's put this here anyway. That's what
is it mandatory?
Yeah, so that's what chapter 5 in Awakening is. So like the premise of the mission is that you have two of your allies who are like halfway across the map and they're trying to run away from the enemy because they got captured.
Okay.
And so like you and your squad are in the south and you're trying to meet up with them so you can regroup and then finish off the rest of the map.
You're from the south.
So like you and your squad are trying to meet up with them so that you can regroup and then finish off the rest of the bad guys. Except here's the problem. Some of the guys you fight are on wyverns. And so they get to bypass any. So not only. So by the way, in Awakening, Wyvern riders are bad fucking ass because not only do they have
Bad bitches.
insane movement, and I mean like insane movement. They're one of the more power focused units in the game. So like their strength is like really high. And so the two units that you have to rescue, they're both fucking spellcasters. So if and by the way,
have shit for hit points.
They don't have shit for hit points. So if they get hit like fucking once, there's a good chance that they just die. And so,
God, what was the name of that spellcaster that I had in
Bowie?
At Bowie.
I knew exactly who you're talking about. Fuck Bowie.
I always use Bowie as bait. I would
Fuck
always
Bowie,
strap
dude.
a shield. I would strap a shield to him. I would let the fucking enemy swarm him, and then I would swarm them.
Thanks, Bowie.
Bowie the Bullseye, as I called him.
Thanks, Bowie.
Because he looked like a bullseye every time I fucking did.
Did you give him the draconic shield, the one that like increased his defense by like 13?
No, I don't think I ever got that one, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I tried to get it my last playthrough, but I just didn't get it.
Here's the thing. I sort of hate the draconic shield because it gives you like insanely high defense, but it limits your movement to 1. So like your character is like he can't.
I guess you could just teleport him, but that's
right,
if way too big a teleport.
Well, like if you can use the warp staff, and like yeah, you're exactly right. You could teleport him, and so like, but I never found like I found that the
oh wait, I forgot to say.
Yeah.
Or I could just use the warp staff.
Or I can use the warp staff.
Shout out to Biscuit.
Love you, Bismix.
Can you imagine if we got him on the show?
That would be amazing. Hey,
I would love to get a guest on the show.
Hey guys. So Dread Fighters, they stopped being good, right?
Right?
No. But yes. So what ends up happening is and so by the way, so like the majority of my squad at the bottom of the map, they're on horseback and infantry. And so cavalry units get a penalty to moving across forests and across like certain tiles. And so in order to meet up with my allies, I have to traverse through a bunch of fucking forests. So what ends up happening is like I have to like do this thing where I have to get really lucky that one of my spellcasters can survive getting hit once before I can rescue them. And so it's this whole fucking pain in the ass where like.
And you're what, on like chapter 5?
Yeah, it's called chapter 5. Yeah, like it's called like bitter intentions or something. Yeah. So it really, and like honestly, it wouldn't be an issue if I was playing on casual, but I'm playing on classic, baby.
Oof.
So yeah, I need to go back and get back into it. But yeah, I was also thinking I need to go back and I need to start playing Etrian Odyssey 5 or Etrian Odyssey the final one. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. It's on the show.
I'm so nervous because I can't find my 3DS. Hang on.
It's like I think it's called like Etrian Odyssey, like the final chapter or something. I gotta go back and finish it. By the way, if you're listening, if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to hit the like button. Also, feel free to leave a comment. Also, feel free to hit that sweet subscribe button. It really helps us out. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can go ahead and click
the bell.
Smash the bell, that's right. If you're watching this on Twitch, if you click the About section, you can find all sorts of links for stuff that we do. Stuff like my Discord channel, where Nick and I haunt all the time. You can find our Twitter accounts, which I complain about shit all the time. You can find Nick's TikTok, where he's ticking talking all the time.
All the time.
He's ticking and talking.
But I won't stop. And oh god, yeah, dude, I think I'm super shadow banned on TikTok right now.
Oh really?
My last video.
Did the Trump administration find you? This guy Nicholas, he's too liberal. We're gonna have to shadow ban him.
Oh, you think I'm bad? You should see everybody else on the app.
No, I know. I'm sure. I'm sure you're.
They make us look like centralists.
Yeah, you're probably the tip of the iceberg for sure.
Yeah, I am the very tip of the iceberg. Still, It's not a good look.
No, of
There's
course.
there's a lot of there was a lot of Trump supporters on TikTok too for a
Really?
while. Yeah.
Wow.
We kind of had like this flame war going on for a very long time.
Huh, really?
Yeah, there's like sometimes with any political post, you'll see like 5 or 6 people like saying Trump 2021 or some bullshit.
All right. Do you finally want to talk about stuff we've been watching?
Yeah,
You want to go first?
yeah.
Go for it.
So,
What you been watching?
I've been watching a few things. Basically, I made it a goal for myself. It's not really much of a goal, but I want to cross off as much classic TV that I've been meaning to watch as I can. Granted, I'm throwing some other stuff in there to sort of break it up, but the classics that I've been watching recently is I just started this. It's The Sopranos. Oh, wait,
Hey.
it's really hard to say. Yeah, so I started watching Sopranos recently, and then I started. I'm almost done with this. I'm almost done with Seinfeld, and I'm watching these for the first time.
What's up with that?
What's up with that? But yeah, it's been really, really interesting seeing like the genesis of like classic TV that we know now, and like seeing the origin point of where it came from. So far, I've been enjoying Sopranos. Hell,
I've been meaning to get to I've been meaning to get to Sopranos my entire life. Apparently, it's really good. Yeah.
It's so good. The acting and the script is amazing. It's top tier. It's really kind of, it's like you thought it'd be like kind of like The Godfather, where it's just like, oh yeah, like it's like very serious and like
No,
no, like
that's the
like
thing with The Sopranos is that from what I've read, it's a show about a he's a normal family guy. He's a
yeah.
family guy. So he's
Oh god.
he's like a Peter. He's a normal he's a normal family dude. He just also happens to be a mob boss. So
Yeah.
life
Well,
gets really complicated.
he's actually so far he's actually not the boss.
Oh, okay,
Kind of
sorry.
like
I had read that at some point he becomes a mob boss.
he had to become
Okay.
the boss eventually. It's inevitability.
Peter?
But yeah, dude, James Gandolfini is so goddamn fucking good. You know what's really funny, and I totally missed this. You remember Spider from Goodfellas?
Oh yeah, of course. Hey,
He's Christopher in the fucking show.
attaboy
It's the
Spider,
same guy.
attaboy Spider, you tell him. You don't take shit from nobody.
Oh god, dude, he's a really good actor. I was like, holy shit, it's Spider. Why don't you go fuck yourself, Tommy? Oh, click, 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 click.
Oh, Goodfellas is a fucking great movie.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
I love how everyone at the table is like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, it's like, here's the fucked up part. If you listen to it, they're not sad that he killed Spider.
No, of course not.
They're mad because now they ruined their evening and now they have to go dig a hole.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're upset about.
And then Joe Pesci's just like, fine, I'll dig the fucking hole. Give me the fucking shovel.
Right?
And then Henry Hill is just like,
these people are fucking nuts.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta say, Tony's mom, she is one of the worst fucking, I mean this in a good way. Like, I hate her more than Eddie of the Game of Thrones. Like, I hate him. I almost kind of hate her more.
More than
like,
Cersei?
Ramsay or Joffrey.
More than like Cersei?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Okay.
She's a terrible, terrible human being. Oh my god. I've never seen a person like she's got it all. She hates her son.
Oh, okay.
She hates her life. She basically like talks down to Tony and like dresses him down every scene that they're in and just sort of belittles him. It's like I've never seen such a vacuous performance where like this person there's no love. There's no like, oh hey son, how you doing? It's just like she's just horrible. She's only been dude, she's a horrible.
You know what this
human.
reminds me of is in Happy Sugar Life, the main character is this girl who she's living on her own and she's had this really fucked up childhood, and so her parents are dead. And so the only person who is related to her is her aunt, who is one of the most masochistic characters I've ever like. She's a sadomasochist. Like her whole
Like how
her whole
bad are
thing
we
is
talking?
like,
Are we talking darkness from
no,
Konosuba
dude, no, no,
level?
no, 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 way fucking worse. So her whole deal is that she gets like a weird like sexual satisfaction from like being abused, and I don't mean like emotionally, I mean like physically. Like
God.
she like she sees it as like her mission in life to like let people vent their frustration out on her, and she like is into it. She's fucked up. So like
Oh
she has, so
God.
it's implied that she has like these really like fucked up like escort orgies, and like it's fucking dark. Anyway, so
That show, like from what
so
little you
so
showed me, that show looks fucking twisted.
and so the main character, she like meets up, she like she asks her to come by because she like needs a favor from her. And so like and the fucked up part is she had her like demeanor, she's like, oh, she has this demeanor of like, oh, I'm like a loving, caring mother, I'll take care of you, but like in reality she's like fucked up. And so
Oh God.
she pretends to love the main character, like, I'll love you forever, like, even though you're not my child, like, I'll love you like you're my daughter, but like in reality there's no love there. There's no
Yeah.
like there's no genuine emotion there. Like she's here just because, right?
Oh God.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna
it
look it up.
reminds me of that, where like
Oh,
clearly these people like fucking
okay.
hate each other.
Oh God. She kind of looks like Missouri from fucking Rosario Vampire.
Yeah.
God, you can't even see that. She looks so sweet and
No,
innocent, and then
that's the
she's
worst part. That's the worst part, is that she's fucked up. And like you see her and you're like, wow, she looks sweet. Like, no, she's fucked up. It's nuts. But anyway, The Sopranos. Go on, please.
yeah. Where am I in the show right now? So the main spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Now there's I think I'm on episode 4. There's like a shift in power between the family right now, and there's kind of like this divide between Tony and his uncle Junior. Yeah, it's really good. The acting is solid. I always forget it came out in '99,
Yeah.
but it made me kind of uncomfortable because like you can see the World Trade Center.
Awkward.
It's so
Well,
awkward.
it's like how they had to change the marketing for for Spider-Man 2001.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently there was gonna be a scene in the movie where he like caught a bad guy and like strung him up in between the twin towers.
Oh no, that was the teaser trailer.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been so cool. But
Well, and
God.
have you seen the footage of the original finale of Lilo and Stitch?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
because it was a Boeing 747.
Yes. So for
Woo!
anyone who doesn't know, so like the finale of Lilo and Stitch is that Lilo and Stitch and
I do my Can
and
I do a Stitch voice?
and the bad boy and like the
I
bad
can't do it.
guys. Oh, it's my Stitch.
Yeah, you do a good Stitch voice.
It's a me. I'm a here. I'm a Stitch. Oh god, I hate myself.
Like you could do some voices that I can't do. Like you
I
could
can
do a
like
really
my
you could
rule
do a
of
good
thumb is
Stitch.
like I can only do voices for like cursed characters.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, okay, here. You know what? I'm gonna have this is gonna be a very special episode of the weekly
boy.
chat.
Oh boy.
Okay. Now I've been doing this for years, and I used to
Oh, is
fucking.
it what I think?
It is.
Oh, is it the
Yeah.
one I'm thinking?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Oh, you
All right.
gotta do it for
All right.
him.
All right.
You
All right.
have
All
to.
right. So here's my thing. I have never really been like a smoker ever, and because of that, I don't really have like just in general. I think anyway.
You have a higher
I do
pitch
not
voice.
have a low. I don't sound low pitched. Like I
I
can't.
don't sound low pitched.
Like I find that if you're like if you're a lifelong smoker, you typically have a more like low tone voice. I
Gosh,
never really
Lord.
smoked all that much, so so even though I'm like 28,
You still,
I sound like I'm 7. I feel like I sound like 7 years old. Hey, it's me. Look at
hey, how you doing?
that. Hey, it's me. It's little Jimmy. You know, like that kind of thing.
Where the
So
fuck am I smoked, Jimmy?
so weirdly enough,
They're coming. They're coming.
like sometimes I can do like these weird fucked up voices that you wouldn't think I could do.
Oh yeah, it's amazing every time I hear it.
And so the one that people, so I used to do this at work all the time. I did this in front of people at work one time, and they never fucking let me go. So for a while, the movie
Do the
Frozen.
roar.
Shut-
Do the roar.
So for a
Do the
while,
roar.
I have seen the movie Frozen several times, and I have heard the soundtrack for Frozen several times. And so in Frozen, one of the first songs is Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And
Yep.
it's about little kid Anna wanting to build a snowman with her sister Elsa.
Uh-huh.
And I think it goes a little something like this. Elsa? Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I've never seen you anymore. You locked the door. Come on, let's go and play. We used to be best buddies, but now we're not. I wish you could tell me why. Do you want to build a snowman? It doesn't have to be a snowman. Go away, Anna. Okay, bye. There you go.
Round of applause.
There you go.
Got a sub,
I have
you
that
got
shit.
a sub for that.
You have
that
to
deserves a sub.
I sung. There you go. I used to do the whole thing, but like, yeah, weirdly enough, I don't know fucking how, but I found out like years ago that I could do the voice of like
little kid. You could do the voice of little girls.
That's right. It's fucking weird.
Oh!
It's fucking.
I mean, it's fair.
It's what a horrible. You know, like that one Patton Oswalt skit where he talks about like what a horrible thing to be great at.
I know.
I'm gonna go to Funimation and be like, yeah, Hi, I'm auditioning for the role of the little sister in your shonen anime.
All right. And go.
Oni-chan.
Oh, it's so good.
Yamete,
Oh
Oni-chan.
my god. Holy. Nippon.
Nippon.
Yeah, you can do it really well.
Yeah,
That's
so
what freaks me out.
yeah, that's it's fucked up because like I don't want this gift. This is a cursed gift. I
Have
don't
you ever considered anything in voice acting? I think you'd be pretty good at it.
like okay, so you know how in like anime and in not even just anime but like animated stuff, they tend to cast like women as the voice of little boys.
Yeah.
I could do the exact opposite. I could
Yeah.
be like hi, it's me. I'm here to audition for the role of Susie.
All right, let's see what you got.
What are you doing, step bro? Shut the fuck up.
I'm stuck in the ladder step, bro.
I know. Hey, I'm stuck under your bed. Fucking help me. What?
What the fuck? Take it out.
Oh, no. This is a family show.
This is, yeah, for the whole family. How do you think they got?
all in the family.
Oh god.
All in the family.
Family.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking Christ.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. You have no idea.
Okay, bye.
I mean, if it works.
I guess. But anyway, yeah, fuck. What was I talking? What was I talking
You have the advantage. You could double dip.
Oh, right.
You could do young boys and young girls. That sounds terrible out of context.
I know, Jesus fucking Christ. Thanks. I love it.
Oh,
you know, there's gonna be some fucking like the quartering or some shit's gonna do it. Like eventually, when we become a millionaire famous, they're gonna be like, but like, here's the thing: He's being canceled now, but even back in the early 2020s, he was still being a scumbag. Yeah, you could do all kinds of little girls and you could do all kinds of little girls and little children. Like,
Eh, okay, I will say this right now. That was do not take that out of context. It's terrible. You see, I think I'm the one who's going to get us canceled
oh
first.
fucking Christ! I mean, good luck. I say shit all the time that's like cancel worthy.
I say some shit too, but still.
I'm gonna say the naughty word on Twitch. Are you ready for this? Imp.
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 You're.
I'm imping for HoloLive.
Oh, what's another one that they banned?
Pincel.
Pincel. There you go.
There you go.
Pinterest.
I'm using language that is just. I'm doing what's referred to as a dog whistle, where I'm saying the thing that's just close enough to know, so you can know what I'm saying, but I'm not saying. I'm technically not saying it. Twitch.
Yeah. Wasn't that basically a College Humor sketch?
Yeah.
It was that music video, almost a slur.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love how they're just like, oh shit, I actually did just say a slur at the very end.
Whoops.
So HR has brought some complaints.
Yeah, exactly. Patrick,
Oh,
you
God.
have to stop saying all those slurs.
What slurs?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, were you done talking about The Sopranos?
I'm only 4 episodes in.
Okay, keep us posted.
I will keep you posted. But another thing I've been watching, as my deep dive into Gundam continues, I've been watching this bad motherfucker right here.
Gundam!
You didn't even know this what this was when I showed you.
Like, I find that there's probably about 30 different Gundam shows that, like, they only air like one time in like the 90s or the 80s, and it's like, oh, this is Victory Gundam, and like, or like, oh, this is Gundam Shining, and I'm like, what the like, you'll show me all these things, and I'll be like, when did this come out?
This one and Victory Gundam have never actually been shown in the States before. This is first time ever, baby. This one is really cool. Imagine if Gundam and Mad Max had a baby. It's like Gundam and Trigun mixed together.
Oh,
it's really cool. It's actually very much like, actually, it's a Trigun thing is actually more inept, because this follows like maybe 15 years after a Great War. So imagine the colony drop from the UC, and just imagine if they just dropped every colony that was in space on the planet to where it looks like Swiss cheese, and then the survivors have to pick up, and that's where this picks up. So everything's pretty much a fucking smoking desert at this point. And it's like Mad Max, whoever controls the mobile suits controls the power.
Who controls Bartertown?
Yeah, kind of. So basically there's like these roving gang of like mobile suit Mad Max people just like fucking shit up and like trying to steal gas or whatever the fuck. But yeah, this one's really cool. I think I'm like on episode 9. So it's pretty good. I like the characters so far. It has the main mentor character is really strange, because he's like, if you combined Char and Amuro together,
weird,
into like one packet. No, it's strange. Like it's really hard to imagine, but what you see is like, okay, that's what they were going with.
Oh, okay.
But that one's pretty cool. It's really funny because a lot of the sound effects and like the mech like sound design, I think it was before Wing Gundam, because they use the exact same sound effects. Like whenever they draw a beam sword, or whenever they fire, or whenever a mobile suit activates up. I don't know if Wing came first or after this, but they used a lot of the same sound effects, and that's really cool. The animation's okay. It's like mid-tier, like 90s, like mech design stuff. So it's pretty good, but it's nothing to write home about. But yeah, I'm really excited. I like the characters so far, so I will give you more of a detailed report afterward. But I would recommend it so far. And then the other thing that I'm watching, I think I mentioned this on the show before, I started watching Seinfeld for the first time.
What's up with that?
What's up with that? I thought that his voice would get super annoying as it went on, but I was like, you adapt to it. It's honestly not. Yeah, it's not that bad. And I do appreciate the writing style between him, Larry Charles, and David. And oh god, what the fuck is his name? The bald dude from Larry David. That's what That's what his name is. I really enjoy the writing style so far. It took me like 3 seasons to really get like into it, but then like once like season 4 or 5 rolled around, I was actually like laughing my ass off. Like there are some great episodes in there, but there are a lot of episodes that do not age well.
Well, so
That
it's like a
badly.
show like The Twilight Zone, for example. Like I love the shit out of The Twilight Zone, but like I would say probably about a fourth of the episodes are kind of dud episodes.
Oh
And
really?
like, listen, when you write a show that's like over 50 episodes long, you're gonna have a few duds.
Well, it's like, and it's not like a continuing story. There's like
Yeah.
every episode is different. So, what's your favorite Twilight Zone episode?
Okay. Here's like top 3 that I really like. All right. So there's 5 characters in Search of an Exit.
That's a good. Yeah.
There is will the real Martian please stand up? Um, People Are Alike All Over is a great episode. I would say The Masks is a really good episode.
Oh, that's a great one.
And then To Serve Man, obviously.
Yeah,
I would say The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street is a great episode. I would say Terror at 20,000 Feet is another like classic.
got our boy Kurt.
Let's see. Oh shoot. Okay. There was like one more, and I can't remember what it's called. But did I mention the Palatine Bears already? If I didn't, that's
No,
another.
no,
If I didn't, that's another great episode.
okay. I love Eye of the Beholder. That's one of
Oh,
my favorites.
classic. That was the one I was looking for. I'm sorry. Yeah, that one's a great episode.
Yeah, I love 5 characters in Search of an Exit. I'm trying to remember the one where like they kill this guy. I think it was like somewhere around like post the Civil War, and they're about to hang this African American guy, and then I think he actually dies, and then like the town has like a permanent like there's no sun.
Oh yeah,
It's like
I think that episode is called like Dust or something. It's got like a really
yeah,
basic name. It's like Dust or something.
yeah. I really like that one. To Serve Man is just
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
like it's the quintessential like it's a cookbook is one of the most iconic lines in science
It's
fiction.
a cookbook. Oh
It's
God,
been
what?
memed to death, obviously.
Yeah. Oh God. What's the really famous episode of the guy with the glasses?
Oh, Time Enough at
No.
Last.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's
Oddly
called
enough,
Time Enough at Last.
I have not seen that episode.
You're not missing much. It is a good episode, but like the twist, you already kind of know the twist at the end, and that's kind of the best part of the
Well,
episode.
it's been made fun of today. It's like
Right.
I remember they did it in like Futurama, where it's just like, well, good thing I could read Braille. Ah, his tongue falls out.
Oh no! So my favorite part of that whole setup is like, there's time enough to read at last, and his glasses break, and he's like, well, thankfully my eyesight's not that bad, and his eyes like fall out. He's like, thankfully I can read Braille, and his hands like fall off.
And his tongue falls out too.
The scary dude.
Oh, the scary dude.
Um,
I'm going to combine every dangerous animal into one being.
it turns out it's man.
Damn it, you beat my...
Sorry.
Damn it, I had a whole bit.
I'm sorry.
You
I ruined it.
You ruined it.
I ruined you.
I can't do. You ruined me. No, it's all right.
There was like, oh shoot, I'm totally waffling, but like fucking there's a lot of like cowboy, so like there's a couple episodes that are like there's a couple of different cowboy episodes that are really good. Oh okay. If I was gonna give you a recommendation about what my favorite Western episode of the Twilight Zone is, The Graves is a really good episode. It's about this guy who he's a con artist, and he comes into this town, and so this town just had like the plague come in, or like the flu or something, and like
right.
Like 20-30 people in this town just died from disease. And so this guy comes into town, and he's like, oh, I'm a magician, I can resurrect the dead, and I can, if you pay me a bunch of money, I'll bring back your loved ones. And but like, here's the thing, it's a con, because so he's gonna take all the money from these sad people and then just skip town. But here's the thing, so right before he's about to skip town, the town elder is like, hey, I see you're about to leave town, you wouldn't be leaving town, would you? And so he's like, of course not, I'm on my way to the graveyard. And so he walks up to the graveyard, and at first everything is fine and everything is normal, and then actual zombies pop up and like and they actually kill him.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, what's the name of the episode where the guy wants to be like the best pool player in the world?
Oh, it's called a game of pool is the episode. Yeah,
A game of pool. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. That's probably my top 5.
that's a
easily.
great episode. The Invaders is also another great episode. It's about this lady who lives alone by herself, and she is invaded by these like little teeny tiny Martians. And there's a twist at the end that I won't give away. But
No,
there,
don't give it.
it's one of those episodes where it does have a twist at the end. And it's like, oh
Okay.
my god.
The call is coming from inside the house. No, wrong franchise. You know
Yeah.
what I've never seen? I've never seen any of the Outer Limits.
Here's the thing about the Outer Limits. More so than even the Twilight Zone, they're very hit or miss. Okay. Okay, you want to know something? Okay, I'm gonna show this to the audience. Hang on a second. Let me get a transitional tile. Because I'm gonna show you guys some of this shit because it scared the shit out of me growing up. Okay. So the Twilight Zone made me think that I was scared. Nah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Hold on a second. Let me show
Outer
you.
Limits will actually make you scared.
Let me show you this shit.
Oh boy.
Let me show you. Okay, so there's an okay. I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna set up the premise of this episode, and then I'm gonna show you what the thing that used to scare the fuck out of me. Okay. All right. So the premise of this episode of the Twilight Zone is called the Zandy Misfits.
The Zandy
Okay. And so these astronauts, they go to a planet to try to colonize it for Earth. And the first expedition, and so they're like the third expedition that showed up on the planet, because the other two expeditions, they left the planet but they never came back.
Okay.
So they land on the planet and they find that the entire planet here, hold on. I will send you a link. But I'm gonna show the chat here. I'll put it in the description for you.
Notepad.
Here, hang on a second. They find that the entire planet is occupied by these aliens that look like this. Hang on.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So so they go to this planet and it's infected with it's infected with these like ants that have human faces. And
oh my god!
Here's the thing. So like, there's a ton of them. Hang on, let me find a better picture. They like swarm you.
This?
They swarm you.
What is this shit?
They swarm you. Hang on.
It's the.
They swarm
it looks
you.
Like it looks like if you somehow like mash together like the B movie, William Dafoe, and like something else, man. What the fuck?
And by the way, so like, imagine seeing that, but in stop motion.
Oh god,
like
that must be glorious.
They are fucking. The Zandy Misfits are fucking horrifying. Let me. And so here's another one that used to legitimately scare the shit out of me. Hang on a second. Let me do that. And I'll tell you the premise so while I'm searching for the episode, I'll tell you the premise of this too. It's called The Architects of Fear. The Architect.
I'm getting the fear.
The Architect.
It looks like the Noid from those old Domino's commercials, and William Dafoe's face. It's so cursed.
It's extremely fucking cursed.
Oh my god.
Hold on a second. Okay, so there's another episode called The Architects, and I'll shoot you a link in a second when I find a good picture.
Okay. Oh god.
Let me find a good picture because some of these are not very good. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
That has to be in this week's thumbnail.
Oh, you want the Zandy Misfits in the thumbnail? You got it.
Yes.
You got it, dude. You fucking got it. You got it. Okay, great. So let me put this in the notepad. Here, I don't want to spoil it for the folks. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Here we go. So I put it in the description for you. So, okay, so the premise of this episode is that um there's a man and he finds out that he has like terminal fucked up cancer, right? He's got like a terminal illness of some kind. And
Okay.
like modern medicine cannot help this guy. And so this crazy doctor is saying to himself like, "Hey, if modern medicine can't help you, why don't you splice your DNA with an alien that we found?"
Oh yeah, because that
And
totally
and this
works.
guy's like, "What? That seems like a stupid idea." And the
Yes, it
doctor
is.
and the doctor's like, "Trust me, it's
Uh,
fine."
oh,
Um
it's fine. It's fine.
and so this is the result. So here's the thing. This doesn't look very scary by today's standards, but dude, as like a 6-year-old, and so the guy, he ends up like turning into this fucked up alien, which you now see. Uh, did you get the link?
Ah!
Gee, yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. This thing is obviously very silly and like very like not scary, but
I'm sure back in the 60s, this was pretty shocking.
dude, as a 6-year-old, this used to scare the bejesus out of me.
There
Like,
was, I think I mentioned this in an old episode that's lost to time,
like, look at this fucking
but
one.
in the Winnie the Pooh movie, there was like something that scared the shit out of me every time I saw it. Let's see if I can find it.
This fucking thing. Yeah, the alien from Architects of Fear is like so fucking
As a kid, that would scare the shit out of me
well,
too,
here's
to
the
be fair.
I distinctly remember that like at like the very first time that I was so scared, like the very first time I stayed up for an entire 24-hour period was because I was so fucking scared of the Architects of Fear. Like that was the first time I distinctly remember staying up for an entire day. I couldn't sleep because of how fucking scared I was of the Architects of Fear. So the Outer Limits. So here's the thing. The Twilight Zone, I think, is like a lot more memorable and it's a lot more endearing as time goes on. But like the Outer Limits just scared the fuck out of me. Like so it's really hard for me to have any kind of nostalgic fondness for the Outer Limits because every time I think of the Outer Limits, I think of shitting my pants.
Here, I'm gonna post something.
The Sandy Misfits, dude.
Oh god. I remember this cave always scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Where's the other thing?
Oh, you put it in the notepad?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see. Oh, there it is. Okay, great.
Yeah, I just posted.
Great. Oh, the Skull Cave.
Yeah, no, there was another one too.
The spooky as fuck cave.
I know. That cave scared the shit out of me. That might as well have just been the bowels of hell.
But yeah, and so let me see if I can find. There's another episode with another alien creature that scared the fuck out of me. Oh shoot, let me see if I can find it. Hang on one second. Fucking honestly, it was all about the Zandy Misfits, dude. The fucking Zandy Misfits.
Those have to be in the thumbnail, I'm telling you. Oh my god. It's like that neat. Oh my god. Well, while you're looking for that, do you want to since a lot of people probably haven't seen it yet, but we played some Gwent earlier.
We did.
And we went 2-1.
We did.
You won by 2.
Well, no, so
I won once.
Yeah.
I should have won one of the rounds, but that was totally my fault because I thought I was able to.
You passed too quickly.
I passed way too quickly, and I could have won, but I was.
Well,
but I fucked up, so I got to give it to you. Honestly,
I can't find it, but another day I'll find it and I'll show it on the
another day.
Chat.
Dude,
but yeah, go on. Sorry,
but Gwent. Mechanically, Gwent is a very solid fucking game.
Oh, hell
yeah!
Yeah.
It gives me the same feeling that when I played Hearthstone for the first time, I was like, good, I can't wait to play more.
Once you kind of learn like the dance of Gwent, it can be a very addicting experience.
Yeah. Do you think they're ever going to have like a standard deck or a wild deck of sorts?
Yeah, so like currently all of the cards like they basically don't have like a standard wild divide like in Hearthstone. I think maybe one day. The only thing is they're pretty, from what I've read, they're pretty hesitant to do nerfs, and like they only do nerfs and they only do balance changes when like absolutely necessary. So right. Maybe
it's not like Blizzard when they just do it just for shits and giggles.
They're like, well, what Blizzard will do. I thought I could go a whole episode without talking about Blizzard.
You thought wrong,
what
bitch.
what Blizzard will do when it comes to Hearthstone design is they're like, let's make this card really unbalanced until the community bitches about it, and only then will we nerf it. You know, we could have play tested this card. Like, okay, for example, like Shudderwalk. How the fuck did listen, okay, I'll say flat out, I'm not a game designer. I'm not a balance tester. I'm not like a card game designer. I'm really not. So I understand that like there's certain things that I'm not privy to, and there are certain like restrictions that I'm probably not able to understand when it comes to card design. But like Shudderwalk. Do you remember like do you know what Shudderwalk is?
They did a whole video about it. Yeah, it would just spawn. It was a legendary card, and it would spawn if you played it in a certain way. It would spawn infinitely.
Yeah. Okay, so essentially, so there's a mechanic in Hearthstone called Battle Cry, right? And so, Battle Cry is an effect that activates when you play a minion, right? So like, there's a card, Gnomish Inventor. You play it, so it's a 2-mana 1/1. You play it, Battle Cry, draw a card. So you play the card, you draw a card. It works like that, right? Okay. So what Shudderwalk would do is it would be like, it has the effect, so it has a Battle Cry. Repeat every single Battle Cry effect you've done this game.
God.
So already right there, it's like, holy fuck. That's insane. But it gets even more insane, as you mentioned. It got to the point where people could do a really easy one-turn OTK, where all you would need to do is all you needed to do was play 3 different minions and then play Shudderwalk, and you could just win the game. How do you make this card and not balance check? Like, how do you not balance test this card? And so, like, when the card was first released, it was a fucking shit show. You would literally... So, like, essentially what ended up happening is, Nick is right. Players developed a combo, like, a degenerate fucking combo, where if you played, like, 3 cards and then Shudderwalk, you could basically play unlimited Shudderwalks. But because Hearthstone is a digital card game, all these different cards have different animations, right? So, like, literally, what would happen is you'd play Shudderwalk, and it would take, like... you would have so many battle cries stored up that the animations would take like 5 minutes. Like, I'm not even being facetious. They would take like 5 minutes. So
I've seen the sped up footage.
Like, it's actually insane. And all you can do as the other player is just sit there watching it happen.
Yep, you can't do a damn thing.
And so it became kind of a meme where it was like, my jaws that bite, my jaws that bite, my jaws that bite, my jaws that bite. And so you would just...
I will say for Gwent, I haven't ran into like crazy like weird strategies.
Wait until you run into a Vi deck.
I don't even know what that is.
Wait until you run into a Vi deck. Then it's pretty degenerate. Like, okay, but it's not okay, so it's broken as fuck, but it's not on like the level of Shudderwalk where like it completely broke the game. Like, yeah. So Shudderwalk was such a bad card that it literally... Did you know this? The card was played so much and it caused so much stress on Blizzard servers, it crashed the servers.
My God.
Hearthstone servers on the first day of the Witchwood expansion, they crashed because of fucking Shudderwalk.
I miss the
good
old days.
But so here's the... I don't even mind that the card's broken, but like, Blizzard has this problem where they clearly do not test their cards in-house. Like, they clearly don't balance test their cards. Because, like, how do you as a game designer release Shudderwalk in the state that it got released in? That's fucking ludicrous. Like, yeah. I refuse to believe that, like, whoa, gosh, we didn't know that was going to happen. Good golly God, we didn't know Shudderwalk was going to be the most broken thing on 2 legs.
Broken thing on 2 legs.
Gosh, you guys, we're really sorry, you guys. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Blizzard anymore.
Yeah.
I'll talk about some stuff that I'm watching really quickly.
Yeah, what are you watching?
So on New Year's Day, I rewatched this, Weathering with You.
Hey, Weathering with You.
Makoto Shinkai's third film. Don't quote me on that, but like he's made stuff besides
Your Name.
Garden of Words.
Garden of Words.
I think he directed others, but like his third major motion picture. I think he's made other stuff or been like a co-director on other stuff.
He had to have been.
It was like, so I remember when you and I saw this in the theater. Oh, whoop. I pulled a Matt Sloan.
I know.
I just did a Matt
Not
Sloan.
so easy now, is it?
I just
God damn it.
God damn it. I just pulled a fucking Matt Sloan. There we go. Weathering with You. There you go. Steelbook.
I remember that night because I was wearing a leather jacket. It was cold as hell. And then we get out and it's fucking raining.
Yeah, it hadn't rained in about 4 or 5 months. And
what's it for?
Yeah, and then it rained on that one night after we got out of the movie.
Yep.
But so
yeah.
I feel like Weathering with You gets unfairly compared to Your Name. And I mean, like, obviously because it's Makoto Shinkai. And
yeah,
I feel like the movie, you gotta hand it to Makoto Shinkai because he could have very easily made a movie that was like a direct clone of Your Name, and people would have liked it. But I think he went out of his way to make a movie that feels so fundamentally different from Your Name, because Weathering with You is totally very different than Your Name.
It really is.
They have some of the same emotional beats for sure, but like it's like weird. Like compared to Your Name, Weathering with You is like gritty and grimy and disgusting, and like it shows like it shows suburban Tokyo as like this like grimy, horrible place to be until it isn't.
That's almost being small.
This like until it's not. But yeah, like Tokyo during the rainy season is this gross, overcrowded, moist, like just like terrible place to be, and I feel the movie goes out of its way to show you like how claustrophobic it all is. Like
how deliciously moist.
The main character is like a guy who's like eating, like the movie opens and he's like eating out of the garbage. Like he's a poor runaway, like eating out of the garbage. Like how many happy-go-lucky movies start like that, right?
Well, it's like, and then not to spoil it, but like the
we're gonna spoil the shit out of the movie for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the main girl. The first time we ever see her, she's being escorted by Yakuza to like a fucking.
So the first time we meet her, she's working at a McDonald's. It's gotta love that corporate sponsorship tie-in.
I prefer McDonald's.
That's right. They couldn't even have the decency. But yeah. The first time you see this girl, she's being like hauled away by Yakuza, and the guy like so he finds a gun in a garbage can, and he like points and this is in the first like 20 minutes of the movie.
I know
it's in the first like 15 minutes of the movie where like the main character has a gun and he's pointing it at this guy's face, and it's like, oh my god, like what the fuck?
I know. He's trying to rescue this poor girl from going into a brothel, and like, what did she say her age was? She was like, what?
Well,
17?
So
she said she was
okay, again, spoilers. She says that she's 18, but in reality, she's like 15.
No, she was like 13.
No. She's. I just rewatched the movie. She's 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me on this. I just saw the movie.
I trust you.
But yeah, so the whole thing was like he's 6. So the main character he's 16, and so she claims to be 18, and he finds out that she's a year younger than he is.
Yeah. That was like one of the big twists of the movie.
Yeah. But yeah,
I still remember like a few scenes from that movie. It seemed I want to rewatch it again.
It's really good. I feel like so many people were really quick to dismiss it because like a lot of them were like, it's Know Your Name, but like.
It's really weird because we are spoiling this, so
yeah.
So it's really funny because it's kind of like a sidequel to Your Name because the main girl and the guy show up.
Yeah, they do
in the movie. I am of the opinion that Makoto Shinkai's like universe,
right?
It's like the world trying to like end itself because we've had like a major fucking
meteor strikes,
like meteor strike, and then we had the spoiler alert that like this is the last big. It's like probably one of the
Tokyo
biggest
drowns.
Tokyo drowns.
Well, so You know what's fucked up is like nothing like that happens in Garden of Words. Like, there's no catastrophic event in Garden of Words.
Isn't the teacher in
Yeah.
the middle
The
school in the small town? Isn't that the
yes,
same teacher from Gone to Words? Okay.
yes. So the teacher from Garden of Words. She moves at the end of that movie, and so she moves to this small town, and then she makes a cameo in Your Name. But then
Okay.
yeah, you're exactly right. Then the characters from Your Name, they make a cameo in Weathering with You.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
I was just like, oh shit, that's so it's like a weird sequel,
Yeah.
and
I don't know if it's a sequel so much as it's like, oh hey, all these stories take place in the same universe. Although I don't know how you're gonna make a sequel to Weathering. So, yeah, spoiler. Yeah.
there are other major cities.
I
in
don't know
Tokyo.
how you're gonna make a sequel to Weathering with You, because at the end of Weathering with You,
They don't-
because Hina doesn't. So essentially, the plot of Weathering with You is that the main character is this boy named Kosaka, and he is this runaway from this small island in Japan. He's trying to run away to the big city, and he gets a job working with these like essentially like a tabloid journalist.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. By the way, so many more adult jokes in this movie as
Second time around.
comparatively compared to Your Name. And I know there was like a couple in Your Name,
There's
but
a
like,
few.
I feel like this movie kind of even is more like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Like there's
Well,
a
it's
whole
like
there's a
when
whole
we
subplot
the
how
second time that we saw Hina, it just I can't believe that was in the movie. I was just like, oh my god.
yeah. So there's a subplot where the guy who the main character is staying with, he has like a stepdaughter who's like living with him, but when he first introduces him,
Niece.
it's his niece, yeah. And so the main character thinks like, oh, this is your mistress. It's this whole stupid thing. But anyway, yeah.
I forgot.
So he's this guy, and he meets this girl Hina. He saves this girl Hina, and it turns out that Hina is what's called a sunshine girl, and so she can make the bad weather go away. But every time she does this, her body basically gets more and more it kind of returns to
Like it's like ethereal almost.
yeah, like her body
Like you
kind of
can see through.
like she has the
It's like
ability
if you ever seen
to
Back to the it's like if you ever seen Back to the Future 2 and like Marty's hand is like see through, it's kind of
right.
like that.
Well, so she's been given this ability by the spirit. It's not really clear, but it's either like the spirit world or like some unknown forces giving her this power, right?
She's the
And
Avatar.
and so every time she uses her powers to make the sun come out, she gives up a little bit more of her body back to the spirit world. And so the story kind of unfolds, and Hina basically decides like, hey, I'm gonna sacrifice myself to save Tokyo and to have the sun come out forever, because my presence here in Tokyo is causing the rain to fall nonstop. And so she decides to sacrifice herself, and the main character in the climax of the movie, he goes and rescues her from the little like there's like a castle in the clouds, and he goes and rescues her and in the pivotal scene in the movie, they have this like very cute and romantic skydiving scene together. But like yeah, so because he saves her at the end though, the rain never stops in Tokyo. To the point where so there's a time skip at the end of the movie that's like 4 or 5 years. And so at the end of the movie, he goes back to Tokyo to go see her, and Tokyo is like half in the fucking ocean.
I know.
So like, I don't know how you're gonna make a sequel to that, Makoto Shinkai.
There's other cities.
I guess
It doesn't have to be in Tokyo. You can do it in like Osaka or Kyoto or something.
that shit better be on the news. Like whatever Makoto Shinkai's next movie is, there better be like a news story like breaking news: Tokyo is in the ocean.
Let's tune in Tokyo.
And
yeah,
then, so in addition to Weathering with You,
do you think it's better or on the second viewing?
I thought it was a lot better on the second viewing personally. I liked I think I liked the movie when I first saw it, but I didn't love it. I think the second viewing made me love the movie. It felt really cathartic to watch. It was just like it was a movie that I needed to watch at the time when I watched it.
Well, that's good.
But other than that, I finished watching Psyche K. I
Oh,
watched
how was that?
56 episodes of 𝐲𝐞, which was like season 1, 2, 3, and the Netflix show.
It's a lot of shenanigans to cram into a week.
Here's the thing. Oh god, I didn't watch it in a week. Thankfully, I think I did it in like the course of like a month.
That's not so bad.
Thankfully, yeah. If I did it in like a week, like oh my god, that would have been nuts.
I'm okay, honest.
Yeah, I really like 𝐲𝐞. I honestly, I started watching it on a whim. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I ended up. It's one of those shows where like, oh yeah, I've seen this guy around. Maybe I'll watch it. And I ended up loving 𝐲𝐞. I love that show so much. It's so good. And most of the time, I'm kind of a hard sell when it comes to anime comedies. I tend not to like them very much.
You like a few of them. You like
I like
liked what I've shown you so far. You like
I like
Baka and Tets
I
and
like
My First
𝐏𝐥𝐞𝐞.
Time.
I like 𝐏𝐏𝐿, and I like a couple of other ones.
Konosuba. Konosuba's hilarious.
Oh yeah. I don't even know if I would. I guess you could call. Okay, it's a comedy. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Konosuba is totally a comedy.
All right.
I will argue on that to the end of time.
Fair enough. But I sort of had low expectations going into 𝐲𝐞 that it was going to be like there's a certain type of like Japanese gag comedy that I don't particularly enjoy.
I don't mind it as much. I need to get into it more. I actually want to start watching Gintama because I've heard nothing.
Yeah, here's the thing. Growing up, I tried watching Gintama a couple times. I couldn't do it. I like it was one of the. I think it might have been like a culture thing where like I watched it and I was like, this is probably funny. I just don't get it.
But that was back then. You might change your opinion.
But now. Like so I watched 𝐲𝐞 and it's about Kusuo Saiki, who is if you've seen Mob Psycho 100, basically he's essentially like Mob. He's like one of the most powerful like people on the planet. So like it's funny because basically like you're like, oh, what are his powers? It's like whatever the episode needs it to be.
He's like Superman.
Yeah, essentially. So like he can he can like read minds. He can make barriers. He can teleport. Like basically anything the plot needs him to do, he can do. Right? He can like make clones of himself. He can like shoot laser beams. He can like transfer his consciousness into another person.
Always fun.
He can. But here's the thing. 𝐲𝐞 does not like being a psychic. He's a dude who kind of just wants to be left the fuck alone. Like it's not like Mob Psycho 100 where like Mob is like trying to help people. Like 𝐲𝐞 very much does not want to help people. But at first.
At first.
He's kind of this loner who just wants to be left the fuck alone. And he actually sees his psychic powers as more of like a burden. Because, so, like, he actually has to put on, like, special equipment in order to keep his powers in check. Otherwise, he would literally, like, destroy the planet. So, like, essentially, I think I might have mentioned this before, but, like, for whatever reason, like, the whole cosmic universe is, like, tied directly to things that 𝐲𝐞 does. So, like...
So he's like Haruhi?
Yeah, kind of. Except, like, Haruhi has no idea she has powers, right?
So, it's like if you cross Mob... Haruhi seems
to be, basically, yeah.
And like the Apocalypse Stone.
Yeah, essentially. And so he actually, so like you might have seen the character with his little like his little
Frankenstein plugs,
his little pink antenna things. The reason he has to wear that.
I always thought he was like an alien or something.
No, his and again this show's a gag comedy, so you kind of have to roll with it. But like his brother is like a 400 IQ genius who like went to like Oxford when he was like 10 years old. Like
and he still falls short of psyche.
So he's like so his brother is this really obnoxious like super genius, and so he invented this like piece of equipment for him to wear. Okay. And so although it's really funny because he's the older brother, so he's 𝐲𝐞's older brother, and yet nobody takes him seriously because he's not as good as 𝐲𝐞 at shit. Although it's so unfair, but because like 𝐲𝐞 has like psychic powers and like Kusuo doesn't.
This guy had to work for his shit.
Yeah, and so, but like he has tunnel vision on like beating his brother in a contest.
Oh
Like,
my god,
so
that's
so
amazing.
so his whole thing is like, I'm gonna beat you, Psyche. I'm gonna be better than you. And Psyche's like, shut up, I hate you.
I don't give a shit.
But no, so he has to wear those little antenna things because they regulate his power, and then he has to wear glasses because otherwise he's basically like the fucking Gorgon. Like if Psyche stares directly at you, you turn to stone.
Really?
Unless he has his glasses on.
Is he just oh
So
god.
so
I just watched the show.
so basically
Ah, fuck,
Psyche
I can't
is
remember.
like essentially like Dr. Manhattan. Like I'm not even kidding. That's probably the closest comparison I could make. Like
That's amazing.
imagine like Dr. Manhattan if he was Japanese and lived and grew up in Japan,
Oh god.
and he was like an angry high schooler.
I know you didn't watch the show for Watchmen, but all I say is just egg. That's it. That's all.
And so
I cannot wait for you to watch the HBO Watchmen one of these days.
oh
so you
hell
can
yeah.
just
I've
go
been
through
looking
that
forward
roller
to it.
coaster.
But like here's the thing. So the show, I thought a lot of the characters would get really like one note and really basic. But here's the thing. The author does this thing where he kind of pulls the wool over your eyes, and he's like, "Oh yeah, all of my characters are really basic and have like only one note personalities, don't they?" And then you realize that like all of his characters are actually like really emotionally complex, and like you
Okay.
expect them to fall into certain like character archetypes, and they don't do that. So for example, one of Psyche's friends is this guy named Nendo, who's like he's like the idiot of the group. Like he's sort of dumb. He's like this dumb,
The
really,
dumb, happy, go lucky best friend.
yeah, exactly. Except like, so he's one of those dudes. He's not aware of his own strength, and he can like lift like 400 pounds, and like he's got the Hulk. He's like the Hulk kind of.
Okay.
And like, and you expect him to be really dumb and self-centered, but like, he's the most empathetic and caring character in the show.
Oh, he's like that dude from Dr. Stone, Senku's best friend.
Yeah, so like he's this dude where like you think he's gonna be just like a dumb jock idiot, like a punk idiot, but no, he's actually the most caring person in the entire cast.
Oh, that's sweet.
And so there's another character, Kaido, who is one of Psyche's friends, who's like this really eccentric fucking weirdo who like pretends that he's like an anime character.
Okay.
So his whole thing is like he pretends that there's this dark organization called Dark Reunion. I'm on the run from Dark Reunion. And so you expect him to be kind of this weird eccentric fucking idiot, but no, he actually has the highest grades in his entire class aside from Psyche.
Okay.
Well, so actually here's the thing about Psyche though, is that he's so hell-bent on being average that he actually goes out of his way to get average grades. So like he has exactly like a C plus average because he wants to be exactly in the middle of his entire class.
Okay.
So like he could get like all A's, but he's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to stand out. So I'm gonna get C pluses on everything.
That's really smart though.
And so like in PE, he could like easily like beat the shit out of everybody, but he's like, no, I want to get like, so there's an episode where they have to do like a sports festival, and like Psyche has to like sprint, and so he has to do like the 20-meter dash or whatever, and Psyche's like, I'll get exactly 4th place. He's like, I don't want to stand out. I'll get exactly 4th place.
Oh, that's amazing. I should really check it out. I've been kind of looking for a gag comedy to watch.
But I think actually one of my favorite characters is so one of the most and so if you've seen any Psyche K like fan art, you've probably seen this character. So like they have a school idol character who's like the goddess of the school.
Okay.
And so her name is Teruhashi, and she's so and here's the thing, at first you think like, oh, here we go again, she's gonna be like the bitch queen of the high school, and she's gonna do all this dumb shit, and she's gonna
my father's the chairman of the board.
yeah. Oh, here we go, we're doing this again where she's this total bitch, but then she's gonna come around. But no, that's actually the best part. Teruhashi, despite being like the school idol, and despite the fact that she's loved by everybody, so her whole thing is she wants to pretend to be perfect at all times. Like she wants to pretend to have no flaws. But even though she's like the goddess of the school, she's actually nice to everybody. Like it's really weird. She's actually like, but she's very much aware of the fact that people like simp over her. Basically, oh, I said the word no.
Got us banned.
We're banned.
Banned. No.
We're banned.
God damn it! All right, that's the show.
Fuck
Goodbye.
it. Fuck it. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. I got us banned.
Ow.
You banned.
Oh, so I didn't realize how much pain I was in until
Oh.
I actually because my kneecaps are still a little. What the hell? Ugh, I hate getting these. Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers.
Nice.
On clickbigfollows.com.
Oh, dude, that seems legit.
Oh yeah,
That seems
I'm
legit,
totally
man.
not. Okay, focus, damn you.
That's okay. But anyway, so like, yeah,
and it's like it's typed in a really here. I'll take a screenshot of this, but
Okay.
it looks like it's like code from the Matrix on how it's typed. It's
but no, I just, I guess I'm rambling about Psyche K, but like I enjoy the fact that like you think that you sort of have these characters pegged the first time you see them, and then
they pull the wool
and then they all surprise you, and like by the end of the show, you come to this realization that like you love this group of friends, like you want to like hang out with these guys.
That's how I feel when I watch Letterkenny.
Yeah,
like it's one of the only few shows where it's just like I would never like with It's Always Sunny and all that other shit. You would never want to hang out with the gang in real life. You would want to hang out with the fuckers in Letterkenny, even the skids. I feel like I would have a good time with.
So I think I mentioned this last time. But there's like a pervert character in the show, and okay, you know how like My Hero Academia, how fucking the little pervert grape boy, I forget his name, Mineta, thank you. You know how like everyone kind of like, despite the fact he's a fucking asshole, that everybody kind of loves him, and like he's like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying,
they tolerate
him, right? They tolerate him. Okay, so like there's a pervert character in Psyche K. His name is Tendo. And the best part is that like anytime he does his pervert shit, nobody in the show likes him. Everybody dunks on him fucking constantly, and I love it.
He's like Johnny Bravo.
Yes, he's like Johnny. He gets dunked on, and it's glorious because nobody likes him.
Dude, I gotta check out this show now. This sounds like a fucking ball. I've been looking for some other anime to
There's just a lot of like
watching this.
And you know, obviously comedy, you know, is subjective. It's all subjective, but like I happen to feel that the show has really good comedic timing a lot of the time.
Yeah, well, like it's big enough to the point where like even like binging with or bobbing with Babish.
Yes, we're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
Bobbing with Babish.
Even Bobbing with Babish did an episode on Psyche K, so that must speak wonders. So I want to check it out now. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Also, this is like not a reason to watch Psyche K, but it's like kind of a bonus.
Okay.
If you're at all familiar with like the world of like anime and manga production, there's a lot of really funny in-jokes.
Okay.
That like that basically you'll only understand if you understand like how manga production works and how like Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, like so. There's
well, it's like we just got some breaking news. So.
Okay.
So breaking news for those who. So Congress is reconvened in the Capitol building.
Thank fucking God.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
We got 2 weeks.
But so one thing.
This is your 2 week notice.
That's right.
Your shit and get out.
That's right. Yeah, I know, right?
Get your shit and get out of here.
And also like I appreciate the fact that like Psyche is very much like there's like a lot of fourth wall breaking that happens, but like it's like so meta that it's like ridiculous. So like there are times where so like there's like characters that showed up only in the manga and not in the anime. And so there's literally a whole episode where like they all show up to his house and it's like, "Hey, it's me, the rock star." It's like, sorry man, you weren't in the anime." Like
oh.
Anyway, that's Psyche K. You should go watch it. It's great.
What the hell's going on?
You
hey
okay?
Ho.
You alright?
What the hell is going on with this thing?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Sorry, my monitor. Oh, there you are.
Hello, it's me.
It's doing it again.
Uh-oh. Maybe your cat's
What
unplugged something
happened?
earlier today.
Damn drivers.
Anyway, I was gonna have a discussion topic for us, but it seems like it's getting about that time to wrap up the show. Did you want to do some promotional plugging? Uh-oh, Nick. Oh no. Oh no.
Everything's falling apart.
Oh no. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
So my monitor just went on and off.
Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Just like bloop, bloop.
I'm back.
What the fuck is going?
Anyway, like I was
this all day. It's kind of pissing me off.
like I was saying, I had a discussion topic for us, but I think we're running out of time here. You want to wrap up the show?
I think we are running it. Yeah, let's wrap up the show.
We had a good time
Folks.
tonight.
Yeah,
We did it again.
we did it. I thought it was a good podcast.
It was
Anyway,
a good podcast.
folks, we said our feelings about politics and guns and media, but don't take it to heart. You got to learn to form your own opinion.
Don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Discover for
Exactly.
yourself.
Yeah, do some research. Google it.
I'm reminded about what the guy buried under Pirates of the Caribbean once said. Educate yourself.
No,
No. Okay. In all seriousness, that was actually Walt Disney's like big before he died. He had like a message to give to like. He's like, oh, like before I die, I want everybody to know like you should educate yourself when it comes to like all aspects of life, and you should learn to form your own opinions and yada yada stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically,
all I hear when I hear Walt Disney is that Family Guy skit. It's terrible.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Womp. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to leave a like, comment. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the notification bell, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
Comment within the first hour because that'll help us get exposed.
That algorithm.
The algorithm. We got to play the game.
Listen, I don't want to have to put a VTuber in the thumbnail because we didn't talk about VTubers, but don't make me put a VTuber in the thumbnail just to get clicks, you guys.
Should we just make our own VTubers?
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me justify putting a VTuber in the thumbnail. Man, I sure do love 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴. She's one of my favorite VTubers. There we go. There we go. Now I can justify putting 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴.
Now it's literal clickbait.
Yes. Yes.
Talk about it for 5 seconds.
Man, I sure do love Amelia, you guys. She's great. Okay. I love Watson, man. She's great.
Oh god, I don't even know who these
Kiara and Cammy. They're sorry. Kiara and Callie.
Are these all V2?
They sure are lesbians, aren't they, you guys? They sure are a couple, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yes, now I can justify putting VTubers in the thumbnail. Yes. Fuck yeah. God, I'm great.
Yeah, you're something else, all right.
Anyway, okay. In all seriousness, feel free to check me out on Twitter at Dark Knight Cecil. Feel free to check him out on Twitter at Camo234. Feel free to check him out on Twitch at Unlucky Magician. Feel free to check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/theobsidianman with 2 N's at the end. Feel free to subscribe and check out our YouTube channel, The Weekly Chat. Anything else you? Be sure to check out Nick on TikTok at
Nicholas Caldwell 31.
And
you can
guys,
also check me out on Twitch here sometimes at Unlucky Magician 76.
All right, guys, we've done it.
We've done it.
That's a show.
Survived. That's a show, and we wanted to wish you all a happy New Year. A ding, a ding, a ding, ding, ding.
Goodbye,
good night, everybody. Goodbye.